evening, everyone. Hope everyone's well. We are back again, as they say. We're back again. The retired one, the working one, or that way, whatever way it is, but whatever. Right? See, that's how it is.
I wouldn't say the working one, mate. I had 10.
The bloke who has to get up in the morning to go to work to come back again. That's him over there, that fella, or that fella, whatever way it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
But there you go. Anyway, yeah, lovely to be here for a lovely little chat about last night. Excuse me, I'm going to call. Sorry about that. Yeah, we'll have a chat and get into it. What are we? Best part of 24 hours later. Maybe it's sunk in a little bit what went on last night for us and for you that's listening and watching. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So I've got to say to you, to be fair, right, I think the chat in the brunch this morning knew that I weren't an happy bunny. And I'm trying to keep a lid on it, Mark. You know what it's like.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And then sort of a comment comes in and you start talking about it. And I can feel myself going like this.
Boiling.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, right, Mark, cut that question off now because you can feel yourself going, you're going to turn into a rant. Do you know what I mean? And
I know what you mean, mate.
Tonight could be the night. It could be the night. We'll see.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Not even I knew this. So,
well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It was a catastrophe, wasn't it? Again, it was a catastrophe.
It wasn't good, was it?
No. You know,
I mean, 3-0 down in what, 12 minutes? Was it 12 or 15 or something?
Something like that.
It wasn't very long, was it? It was just the worst possible. And the thing is, the thing that I really, really can't get over, now these are meant to be professional footballers with kit men and all that, you know, and they can't even put the correct pairs of, because let's face it, all these professionals got probably 3 or 4 pairs of boots.
Well, yeah.
You know, and they can't even put the right ones on.
And the rest.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
But they're getting for free anyway, don't they?
Well,
they're like sponsored and that, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, as you know, mate, I like my fishing. And it's like when you see all these top fishermen come on and they're all about, use this, use that. I use it and all this. I use it and all that. Well, you don't realize they get it for nothing. And yet, when you go and buy it, it's like 50 quid or something. You know, it's like, give over, innit?
I know. Mark, I've just got to break you in. The Queen's in.
Oh, national anthem. We're going to have to get the national anthem or something.
Yeah, sorry.
What? The national anthem or what? Or the Greek national anthem?
Well, yeah, you know.
No.
Whatever.
Combine them. Salute.
And all that.
All that stuff.
It's all right. It's all right, though, because Joe can hear us out. I know he says he can't, but then he says he can.
Oh, there you go.
Right. So that's all right, Joe. It must have been your end, mate. We're all right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Don't worry. Everything's going to be all right.
Yeah. But like, well, it's just, we've all seen the meme. Everyone's seen the meme about days before last shit show or something. It's got Tottenham 0.
Yeah.
Every time. It couldn't have been a worst possible start, mate. 3-0 down, the game was over, more or less, in 15 minutes. And that was the end of it.
That was the end of that.
Yeah. You know, it was, wasn't it? I honestly, when we did the watch along, I honestly couldn't believe what I was watching. I've seen us play crap, mate, but not. The thing is, though, we weren't really playing crap. It's just we kept falling over. You know, if you take the goals away that we gifted them, we gifted 3 of them, it would have been 2-2.
Yeah.
And we'd have accepted that. There's something to fight for in the second leg. You know, but it's just, it's one catastrophe after another, and it's been like that for a while now.
I know the result, if you like, paints, especially if you didn't watch the game, it paints a not a very good picture. And I you know me, Mark. If I don't prelude you with questions, do you know what I mean? I'll ask you. I just ask you, and you'll give me your honest opinion at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, that's all you can do, mate. Isn't it?
You know. So if you negate the free slips and Kinski doing his whatever he was doing, I still can't work out what he was doing. If you negate them, we draw the game 2-2. Do you see it like that? Do you see it like that? As if, well, we scored the goals, that 5-2, 3 mistakes, it's 2-2.
I know you don't know, mate, because
of course, yeah.
In my opinion, when they were they 4-1 up?
Yeah.
I think they were 4-1 up. And then
4-1, 4-2, 5-2.
Yeah. When they were 4-1 up, I did think they took their foot off the gas. I think they still had more in the tank if they wanted to, but they thought, we won this. And then we scored to make it 4-2. And they thought, stuff this, we'll just score another one.
Did you think the performance in the second half was any better, Mark? Or was it a case of what you're saying, that Madrid took their foot off the gas, gave us a bit more time on the ball, so when we did have the ball, we did look a little bit better in the second half?
I think so, mate. Definitely.
Because if there is any credit to give Tottenham, that's why I'm asking you. I want you to say, yeah, credit to them. But at the same time, if you think Madrid took their foot off the gas, then it would have made us look a little bit better anyway, because we wouldn't have been getting shut down like we was and everything else.
Well, that's good news. That's one bit of good news tonight.
Big up, Ellie. Keep the scores coming. We want to see Arsenal losing 2-0, 3-0, 4-0.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to remember, by the end of the game, all their big hitters, they took off, haven't they? Did you win today, mate, on the GGs?
Yeah, Joey, give us a tip. Yeah. So
and it came in at 7-1.
No, it was 11-1.
I thought it was 7s, mate. In the
no, 11-1. I had a tenner each way. In you go,
mate.
Toodaloo. And Joey was on a 50 notes win. You can't say he didn't tell everyone.
50. So he's won like, bloody hell, mate. 11-1. He's won like
550.
550. Nice touch.
And that's how it works. Sometimes you give someone a tip and it just don't come in for whatever reason.
Did you get half the odds on each way?
Bang, eh?
Did you get half the odds on each way?
Quarter of the odds. Yeah.
And you got like 3-1 or something.
Yeah, I think I got 140 back. I don't know. Mrs. sorted it. 140. Happy days.
There you go, mate.
Nice. Cheers, Joe. Right, I'll owe you a pint when I see you down there. Might be at the Forest. You at the Forest protest, Joe? If you're down there, meet up. I'll have a pint.
Put that in holiday fund, mate.
That's it. Happy days.
Yes, and then
to meet with Tudor.
Yes,
yeah, to
I've
tell
seen
him.
This.
Yeah,
I did actually see this when I put Sky Sports News on. Well, all they said on there is that the CEO turned up, so I gathered it was him, and he went in, and they thought, "Oh, here we go, he's going to get the bullet." But the announcement was made when he came out that he'll be taking the press conference Friday.
And what do you make of that, Mark?
It's a joke, isn't it? Bloody hell, man. We're in desperate need, mate. All right, the champions.
Ellie, if you want to come on and have your say, now we're sort of 24 hours later, just give Mark a text and he'll send you the StreamYard if you want to come on. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, but like, to me, this is desperate times now. All right, the Champions League. I know we lost, and it probably sounds like sour grapes, but that don't matter anyway. You know, because let's face it, we're not winning that anyway. And our survival in the league is the most important thing. I mean,
Agreed. Yeah, I agree.
Do you care about the Champions League, really? Well,
No.
we know deep down we got absolutely zero hope of winning that anyway.
Listen, at the end of the day, though, Mark, the way I'm looking at it the moment is almost though, and this is going to sound ridiculous because, you know, we've already planted the path. We know that if we got through this, we'd have Barcelona or who look favourites now against Newcastle. Now they nicked that late.
Did they win last night? Or did they draw?
1-1.
1-1. Wow. Yeah.
Right. So Barcelona are probably favourites now. Yeah. But if you get through Barcelona, which the chance, I've probably got more chance of flying to Spain with me flappers, mate, than actually getting on the plane. Do you know what I mean? Then if you get through that, you've got Arsenal in the semi-final and then probably Munich or whoever in the final.
Well, yeah. Well, in the semi-final, we're likely to get Arsenal, haven't we?
Yes, that's what I just said. Yeah.
What's the end of that?
Listen, the way I look at it at the moment is, and I know people are going to go, "Oh, I don't know, Cookie." Perhaps some of the older people, you know, of our age might look at it this way. I saw it not as a training game, but I saw it as a way, as that it could be an exercise.
Yeah.
If you like. So the exercise for me would have been, right, away from home, play basic football, mark your men, corners, set pieces, play your football when you've got the ball, as many round pegs in round holes as you can possibly get on the pitch, right? And say to them, go and play your football. Yeah. Go and let me see what you can do. You show me now what you can do.
Yeah. They have that Premier League show on. They have it on Sky Sports. Like it goes from about 5 till 7 or so. I watched a little bit of it. And they had Jimmy Floyd.
Yeah.
They had Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank in the studio thing. And he was saying, like, when you're in the position that we're in, none of this, well, he didn't say these words, obviously, he put it a bit more eloquently than I'm going to do. He said, none of this pissing about at the back, trying to play out. Just lump it up the field as far away from your goal as possible. Because they ain't going to score when it's as far away from your goal as possible. Because he was going through the performance last night. He said all this messing about at the back, slipping over, putting yourselves under pressure.
Yeah.
Just kick the thing out the pitch out the way. That's basically what he said.
You frozen, Mark. You keep freezing, by the way.
Oh, can you still hear me?
I could hear you, but you keep freezing. Yeah.
No, it's all right. It's because I opened something up.
All right. I've got
I just had a message from Ellie saying she wants to come on.
Oh, there you go. Happy days.
There you go. I'm back now, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. Sorry, mate. Yeah. I didn't realise that. You never know with the internet if it's playing up or not. You know what I mean?
For some reason.
I didn't want to click on a chat and you was at the same time, if that makes
sense. No, I was just Ellie should be in a minute.
Yeah, that's all right. It was only while you were talking. Yeah. I wanted you to concentrate on what you were saying, and then I
no. I had a WhatsApp pop up on there, and it was Ellie saying she'd love to come on.
Yeah, no problem. That's all right. She's more than welcome. Listen, Lee. And Joey's in again. Joey, I'll owe you another drink. As you know, I want Harry, Lee. Whether they can do something and get him in, I don't know. Apparently, the South African I'm a Celebrity is all recorded. Sorry, Mark. Go on. You do it.
I've done it, haven't I?
Oh, yeah. I pressed something as well at the same time and something come up on my screen. Sorry.
Oh.
What was I saying? I've lost what I was saying.
Brain fog.
Who?
Brain fog.
Oh, you've got a terrible line, Ellie.
Okay, I've got my headphones. Let me take them off because I was listening to the Arsenal game.
Oh, got you. Got you.
I'm begging. The other team scored another one.
All right,
is that better?
Can hear you a lot better
better.
now, really.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better.
can hear you a
That's
lot
You know, when
better.
you
them
wear
headphones.
headphones, it disturbs everything, doesn't it?
They're
Yeah, it's
dreadful,
weird.
Ellie.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I
weird.
know.
It's really weird. But there you go. I know where I was, Lee. Yeah, I was talking to Lee when I. Bear with us a sec, Ellie.
It's all right. I'm waiting.
Yeah, Lee, I think you're right. I think he'll be gone after the Liverpool game. You know, I'd have Harry all day long. Again, the South African celebrity thing is recorded. Apparently, it's only the live final. It's only the final that's live. So perhaps it's a possibility. I don't know. Ellie, where are you on this subject? I mean, we'll go on to last night. Now you've had 24 hours to think about it. But
you mean
where are you
24
with
hours to
where
suffer?
are you with if they do sack Igor after Liverpool? Where are you with who comes in? Is there anyone out there that can save Tottenham?
Yeah, there's plenty of suitors. It has to be a Tottenham man, 100%. Can't be an outsider. We've got to get a Tottenham man who cares about our club, lads. Right. So Harry, right, he's at Cheltenham, so he's not going to come to after the Liverpool game if they do present it to him. But then I heard that he's going to I'm a Celebrity in South Africa. So he's signed up for that. That's the rumour anyway. So I would go for Glenn Hoddle myself. I would really go for Glenn Hoddle with Tim Sherwood as his second in command. Yeah, because they're two Tottenham men.
But Ellie, do you think it'd be fair to put Glenn Hoddle in that dressing room under that stress with his dodgy ticker?
Well, my dad had a dodgy ticker, and he went 15 years after he's had his operation. Because
Yeah.
you get in between 10 and 15 years. We don't want to kill him off. If we killed off Glenn Hoddle, how bad would that be?
The
Right,
stadium
but
would
I
get
think
burnt down.
he loves our club, and so
Yeah.
does Tim Sherwood. Tim Sherwood is really outspoken about what we're doing at our club, so I don't think he's going to be the first or second or third choice. Maybe if we can persuade Robbie Keane to come in, that's another one. But give him the job permanently, not just give it to him interim. So that we make a commitment to him.
Yeah, got you. So, in other words, if we went down or stayed up, he stays in the job. Yeah, Ellie?
Yeah, I think that's only fair because Robbie Keane is a club legend and he scored so many beautiful goals for us and he's a proper Tottenham boy. Yeah, I know he supported Liverpool and his dream was to play for Liverpool, but he came back after 6 months, didn't he, when it didn't really work out over there.
That's
Right.
when he
So
flopped at Liverpool, wasn't it?
yeah, I just think he'll organise our team better and he's a Tottenham lad. He knows what's demanded by our fans, what they want to see. We want to be entertained, but we also want to win and we want to be organised. We don't want to go gun ho like Ange. We want to play good football like we did under Poch, but he's in America. He's got to go to the World Cup. So I think Robbie Keane or Glenn Hoddle, either one of those two. I don't see. I say Tim Sherwood, but I don't think the club quite like what he's saying. Whereas Glenn Hoddle is very diplomatic. All right. Some people say he criticises us, but it's fair criticism by Glenn, and he's played with the very best at Tottenham. Yeah, and he's played with some dodgy ones as well. So I just think he's honest. And I think he could do a very, very good job for us.
We're all doing Joey's nutting, you know that, Ellie?
Yeah, we are.
We're doing
Joey
Joey's
Barton.
nutting. I'm doing his nutting with Redknapp. You're doing his nutting with Hoddle.
I like Joey Barton. He says it as it is, doesn't
There
he?
you go. There you go. Big up. Yeah, I do
No
like
frills.
Joey. And it's got nothing
Yeah.
to do with him giving a little tip out today either, Joe. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
him for that as well. But he is. He says it how it is, doesn't he? And you got to have people like that.
He's straight talker. Like you guys, you're straight talking as well. You don't hold back. You put out all your emotions, and
Yeah.
that's why everybody loves you too.
Thanks, Ellie.
But the
We
channel
try.
has
We
grown.
try.
It has grown at an alarming rate.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
To be
has.
honest, it's
because
flying.
you're good at what you do.
It's
You
good. Yeah,
tell it as it is.
yeah.
Well,
We
yeah,
do our best.
that's
Yeah.
the first thing I said when this, like Mark was saying, well, you know, like how does this all? So I didn't really have a clue, but like, and I said, look, the best thing we can do is be honest. So I said, if you say the first thing that comes in your head, it's normally the right thing, and then you don't get caught out 6 months down the line when you say something completely different. You
Yeah,
know?
I get that.
Yeah. So it is, and I can't. I'm not good at telling porkies either, Ellie. To be
No.
fair, I've tried in
No,
the past. You know, in my younger years, it's not a good idea to do things like that. Better off being straight down the line. People
yeah,
know exactly how you are, and that's the end of it. And at the end of the day,
that's it.
you are
That's
what
it.
you are.
That's
So there you
right.
go. Yeah, what a surprise! Lee says that. What a surprise that Ellie. Oh, no, what Ellie?
I love Glenn Hoddle. I just think he was such a brilliant player, and
He
he
was
was a
all right.
very good manager as well. He was a very good manager. People don't. He brought up Swindon from the
Mhm.
the old first division into the second division into the first division, and he became England manager, and then all that debacle about what he said, it sort of blew up in his face, and he said
Yeah.
he didn't say that. It was taken
Yeah,
out of context, and it ruined him a bit, you know. Um, and you know what? I wasn't even surprised when he had the heart attack, you know, because he was so much under stress at that period,
Yeah.
and it takes its toll on you.
That
And
was
all the
live on
press were
TV
on
as well,
him.
more or less, wasn't it? It was live
It
on
was all
TV.
over the press, all over
Yeah.
TV for weeks and weeks. It must have really hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
know, we don't know what was said, right?
Can you remember the comeback in Amsterdam when he gets when Mora scores the third one to put us in the final? Glenn Hoddle
Yes.
goes mad and Rio Ferdinand whacked him and he said, "Oh, sorry, Glenn." He
I
whacked
know.
him in the
He
chest.
whacked him right in the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows you how much he loves our club.
Yeah.
All right, yes, he does critique, right? But we do. We all do. All fans do. Other
Yeah.
fans critique us. We critique. You know, it's only critique at the end of the day because we're emotional. We're football fans, and we love
Yeah.
our club. So if we see something wrong with our club, we've got to say it.
I agree. I agree with
And
that.
let's face it, I
Absolutely.
reckon Hoddle, even at probably the age of he's probably 70 now, I would say. He's got to be
No.
close to 70.
No, he's my husband's age. He was born in 1958.
Yeah, I was
So
going to
he's a
say.
year
Yeah,
younger than my husband.
Oh,
He's
he's 68
67.
then.
67.
67. Yeah.
Yeah. 67,
He
68.
looks really fit,
Yeah.
you know.
But I'll tell you what, on the
Ellie,
training
calm
ground,
down
he'd
now.
probably
Calm
still
down.
be the most skillful player on the training ground. I wouldn't mind betting that.
I'll tell you what, he'll show these young whippersnappers a thing or two at 67. I'll tell you how, Glenn.
Yeah.
Get him
I'm
on the
s-
training ground. He'll sort
Bloody
them
right,
out.
mate. Well, you heard the story about when he was at Swindon, didn't you?
Go on, you're
Yeah,
going to
but
tell
Swindon,
us
what
again.
he
yeah,
was
Go on,
told
John,
of
tell
what
us.
I
to
heard
do.
it, but tell us it again
Yeah.
because I
He
love that
was
story.
when he was at Swindon, he was obviously on the training ground with him and he said, right, I want you to do this, all this. And none of them could do it. And he said, give us a bloody ball. And he did exactly what he said, like little flicks and tricks and like 40-yard passes and all that straight into someone. And none of them could do what he was asking them to do.
Obviously
No.
not, Mark.
No,
I
but
don't I don't think he's gonna teach Pape Sarr how to pass the ball
Oh,
45 yards, yet alone 40 yards.
well, that'd be
listen.
an
But
improvement, wouldn't
he'll do, he'll have respect,
it?
right? And
Mm-hmm.
people will look up to him and want to play for him because he's an icon at Spurs, isn't he? Everybody I know says he's the best player. There's a few that say Ginola. There's a few, quite a lot that say Gaza or Jimmy Greaves from the old
Yeah,
set,
yeah,
or some of the youngsters say Harry Kane because that's all they knew,
yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah.
But Glenn Hoddle, he said he was the scorer of great goals, not a great goal scorer.
Correct.
Because I think he scored 100 and something goals for us, 170 goals. But when you think about it, from midfield to do that and to create the amount of chances that he made, right? I just think he'll be a superb um, appointment for Spurs.
The
Yeah,
thing I feel
he'll
sorry,
lift the whole club.
yeah, the thing I feel sorry for Hoddle is that he was born in the wrong generation.
Yes,
Like
true.
England didn't want midfielders like him at the time. They
I know.
wanted robust, hard men that'd kick two bells out of the opposition, and there
Yeah,
was no room for like the skillful, the skillful player. If
I
Glenn
know.
Hoddle was Spanish, Italian, French, he'd have got
Over
200.
100.
He'd have got 200.
200
Yeah,
easily.
easy,
I went
easy.
I went to his debut. Did you go to his debut, lads, against Bulgaria? And he scored a worldie. What a player.
No, I
But
didn't.
I agree with you, Mark. If he was French, Italian, whatever, any
Yeah,
European
and
country,
yeah,
yeah, we ruin ourselves by not playing our flair players.
no. Well,
Yeah,
it was Ron Greenwood, won it at the
Ron
time.
Greenwood, yeah.
Yeah,
Greenwood,
Steve
yeah.
Steve Perriman told me a really bad. It's a bad story for him because it didn't turn out good. Because he was picked for England once,
Yeah.
yeah, and he went to the training ground, and Ron Greenwood said to him, "You got to run," and he didn't let him join in with the team. He had to train it separately, and he goes, What am I doing here?" Right? He was really upset, Steve Perriman, because he thought he's going to get a cap,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
And he was ostracised. It was so bad. He was telling us at Ware Football Club, and then in a private little gathering, I said to him, "Why did he do that to you, Steve?" And he goes, "I just don't know. To this day, I don't know. Maybe he didn't like me. He didn't like the style of play I want. Well, why pick me then? Pick me and then ostracise me. Ridiculous."
Ellie, I want to ask you and Mark a question, and it could be quite controversial, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
like. I can get down to the bone sometimes, and it is what it is at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Okay.
When you saw the selection last night,
Yeah.
was there any part of you that said to you, Igor hasn't picked this team?
Um.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I'm just
Um.
asking. Not because I'm trying to catch you out or anything. I just thought
No.
for that game it was so strange that he left both Paulinia and Gallagher out. Right? Archie Graham saw that's what he picked. That's what he picked. But then he's left Simmons out, whether he's got no form. So then we've got no creativity.
I
And
know.
I thought that's three big players to leave out.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm thinking maybe the board, right? There's some truth in it, right? Because the board thinking we'll get out of this, right? We'll play the ones that we know are not going to do it for us. Yeah, because Pape Sarr, come on, right? And Gray, he's a kid. He got swallowed alive at Liverpool,
yeah.
and he just can't cope. Physically, he's not there yet, and technically, he's not there. So it might have been a bit of sabotage. And then there's the whole boots thing.
yeah.
We were slipping how come I just see a couple of their players slip, but it wasn't a big slip. We done a triple Lutz when we bloody slipped.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was shocking. The first
Yeah.
15 minutes of that game, I was like, you do it once, go over and change your boots. When there's a throw in all sight, go and whip some more on. But like, as far as, to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me that Truden, I mean, they ain't he's not that stupid to realise we got no hope of winning the Champions League. We're all sat in there and we all realise that. You know, the first half sensible team we come up against, like we did last night, we're going to get Muller.
It's like we played PSG as well. Well, they're not just a half sensible team; they're Champions League holders, and we got Muller 5-2 there. Yeah. But we gave them a better game. We gave them a better game because I was at that match because I was over in France in Paris for my birthday. My daughter and we went to the match.
Right. Yeah.
So I get you, Mark. It just seems like they've given up on that. And they're going to concentrate on the league. Now we've got Liverpool next.
Yeah.
We haven't won there. I think 4 times in our whole history we've won there.
Well, they said, I remember there was a headline in the
Arsenal have scored 1-1.
No.
Oh, dear. That was coming, weren't it?
There was a headline. It might have been
penalty.
Late 70s or early 80s. We went there. And the headline in the paper was Titanic Tottenham. Because it was the last time we won there, previous to that, is when the Titanic was built and it was going to make its main, the voyage that it sank. It was going to make its main voyage, and the headline in the paper was Titanic Tottenham. And so we don't win there very often. Put it this way, there was a stat on Sky Sports that said we've won there once since 2000.
Yeah. I think we won when Garth Crooks scored. We won 1-0, didn't we? And then when Klinsmann scored. That's it.
The Garth Crooks one is Titanic Tottenham headline.
Yeah.
And I was there when Klinsmann scored the winner in the FA Cup.
Brilliant.
I was at that game.
No. Yeah, sorry I brought that up. It was just
no, it's a good question.
I've been reading. Look, at the end of the day, we know that owners and board members and so on in the past have got involved with selections of Tottenham teams. That's a fact. That's not made up either. That is absolutely true. Yeah, Levy's done it. Joe Lewis has done it. Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's going on now because this geezer that's in charge, he ain't got a Scooby, right? It don't seem like it, right? He's playing players all out of position. He persists with 3 at the back, right? Yeah. He's got wing backs on the pitch that ain't doing the job that he needs them to do. I just don't understand what he's doing. And I'm just, whether it was a Champions League game or not, use it, to get some confidence then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And what happened in the first 15 minutes last night, you will never probably ever see again.
No.
2 slips like that and almost trying a no-look kick.
No. Even the Liverpool goalie, Karius, I think his name was, it slipped through his hands. That was just one mistake. We made 3. And then the 4th goal was a debacle as well.
Yes,
that was shambles.
It was, Ellie.
Horrific.
Yeah. Listen, let's go into the game a little bit because obviously we know what happened. And I was asking Mark just before you came on, Ellie, without those 3, how do you look at it? Is it a case of, do you know what, without those 3 mistakes, we'd have got a 2-2 draw here? Or do you think that they've took their foot off the gas in the second half and maybe it would have been a bit of a different story without those 3 mistakes and Madrid would have still won anyway? I don't know. What do you think?
No, they would have battered us anyway because they're far superior. The way they move the ball, their movement off the ball. They've got Griezmann, who's is a sublime footballer. Then they've got Llorente. They've got so many good technical footballers who would muller us anyway. They would have beaten us. Maybe not 5-2. It would have been maybe 4-1 or 3-1, something like that. But we still would have got beat, boys. We still would have got beat because we're nowhere near them, and also they've got running power as well. Yeah? I mean, they were moving for each other like a proper team should do. Yeah? We were like You get Pape Sarr, he's on the ball, he's looking around, no one's moving, he's holding onto the ball, or he's losing it, or he's passing it backwards, then we pass it sideways, backwards, sideways. We've got no creativity. So the only way we're going to get a result there is if we played our creative player, Xavi, and played Gallagher. We couldn't play Basuma because he's not in the thing. But if he was available, I would have played him as well because of the experience more than anything.
Yeah.
And then Paulinho, he's a ball winner. Yeah, he puts his foot where it hurts. Yeah, we had none of that. It's like Pape Sarr, he's a slim boy. I'm not saying he's not strong because he can get around the pitch, but he's more of an athlete than a footballer.
Yeah.
He's 90% athlete, 10% footballer, and I'm being kind. Yeah, so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll get it. I mean,
Yeah, I was going to say, the way to look at it is by the end of the game, they had all their top hitters off the pitch because they substituted them all. Griezmann come off, then he looked one come off.
Yeah.
And there was another one of their good ones come off as well.
Yeah.
And so they said, look, we've done enough now. They were 4-1 up. We'd done enough. And then we scored to make it 4-2. And they thought, oh, well, let's just go and score another one. Then that should be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They showed Llorente on the bench and all his ankle was cut up in 3 places. It was all cut up and bleeding. So they had to take him off anyway. I think Paulinho did that to him.
But they got us what you get from him, and it gets stuck in.
Paulinho, he's one of these players who can win the ball and not foul the player. But I think he was so upset from not starting from the start. You could see he was on a mission, weren't he, when he came on?
Could well have been. He could well have been.
And you see, when he jumps up with Romero, he took the brunt of it.
Yeah. Ellie, can I ask you another question as well? Do you think the players, and I know we spoke about the board briefly earlier, but do you honestly believe that the players are, I don't know, I'll put it politely, upset with the board in any way?
Well, I personally think once you get one person speaking out about the club, and then a lot of them are liking what he said on social media, they're not making it, they're not hiding it, right? And they always say one bad apple in a dressing room can bring the whole dressing room down, right? And I think they look up to Romero as well because he's quite an intimidating character, right? And he speaks his mind, right? He doesn't hold back, all right? And he's probably saying to the other players, let's just, I don't know, maybe not down tools, but we're not, they're not fighting. You can see it. They're not fighting for the club. They're walking around the pitch, especially against Palace. We showed a little bit more against Atletico Madrid than we did at Palace. Not that much, but we showed a little bit more. But against Palace, I was watching them, right, and they're strolling around the pitch.
Yeah.
Honestly, no pressing. Even Solanke, who's, like I said on your last show, he ran for Ange like a blue-ass fly, pressing. He was laying off them. I don't know. It couldn't. Somebody said it might be tactical. That ain't tactical. That's laziness, and no heart for the club. Yeah. It's
what I think with the
really.
players, Ali, what I think with the players is obviously when they're signed, they got to chat to the hierarchy, and I think that probably the hierarchy made them promises that haven't been kept. You know, we're going to do this. You're not the only, especially if we sign them for a lot of money. You're not the only signings that's coming in. We're going to get similar to you, and we're going to do this, and this, and it just hasn't happened. You know, they've gone down the kiddie route. Let's buy the best of the kiddies and hope one of them turns into a Gareth Bell. You know, because that's all they do is hopium with all the kids signing.
I get that. Well, they did it to Harry Kane for many years, but he was so loyal. He was loyal to the point that he thought, "Nah, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get out of here now."
Yeah, well,
'Cause,
to be honest, he
I've
was
had
loyal
enough.
because Daniel Levy had him handcuffed to a radiator.
Yeah, all that, and he gave him a big salary boost as well, which,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
mean, basically,
footballers have got a short life, haven't they?
yeah.
So
I mean, basically, Harry was kept hostage for a couple of years because he tried to
yeah,
get out a few years ago, didn't he? He tried to go to Man City.
yeah. Yeah, I just feel like the players have given up. It looks like they've just given up, and they just haven't got any heart for the club.
I
And
think a load of
they'll
them have checked out, Ellie, full
yeah,
stop.
yeah, they've checked out. It's just so evident. Yeah, because I've seen these same players, right? All right, we've had a few more good players with them, right? But they've worked for as a team. I've seen them. When we played in that Europa Cup final, they played out of their skins. You could see they wanted to win that, right? But now I'm watching them, and they're like, they're not moving as a team. They're not working for each other.
They're like rabbits in a headlight, aren't they?
The only ones who are trying really, right, are Archie Gray, because he's a young lad, he wants to impress, and he's at the start of his career. And then Paulinho, who's near the end of his career, who's not even our player really, he's on loan. And he shows more heart, comes on and puts in a beautiful tackle, wins the ball for us, and I've seen Paulinho, and then I'm thinking, why isn't he starting? This is like sabotage, boys. You're right asking that question, Cookie. You're right asking the question because it bloody is.
You have to ask the hard-hitting questions, Ellie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Joe, how am I going to get you on here, by the way? I ain't got your number or nothing.
I can put the link in the chat, mate. But it's,
yeah, there we go. I forgot about that. Listen, Mark's going to put the link in the chat just for Joey, because Joey's promised me one night he was going to come on, Ellie, and you're on as well. So we all get to meet the delectable Joey Barton.
I hope it's the real Joey Barton.
There we go. There we go.
I've seen him in loads of chats, loads of YouTube. Yeah. I don't watch a lot of YouTube anymore. Seen him in a lot of chats.
Yeah.
I've never seen him on a...
We get Joe on.
I've seen him in Kate and Jimbo's chat a lot.
This is what it's all about at the end of the day. You know, you people are more than welcome. It's in the bottom of the chat there, Joe. Click on it and jump on, mate. You're more than welcome. Just not too many F's, Joe. Just have a 10-second gap between each one. All right?
Yeah.
And definitely no C's, Joe. All right? No C's allowed. That's only on the late night shows, those ones, Joe.
I've been doing a lot of TikToks today, and I don't know if you saw my one of Harry Redknapp in the Batman suit.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did.
I like having fun. I'm a retired lady. I've got plenty of time on my hand, so I like doing ones against Enoch as well, and I get the most hits on them ones. So it's growing, boys. The hatred is growing.
Yeah. Well, put it this way: when the next, maybe not. I think the Forest game is too soon because it's an important game that we need to win. And a lot of fans will be looking at the ones that protest. That's not.
That's Andy. Yeah, let him in. Andy.
Is he allowed on? Well,
okay.
I didn't even see you in the comments, mate.
He's there. He's there.
I was just basically finished work, eating my dinner, hopped on YouTube, and there you boys are. So
there you go. See, what more can you
say?
Very
clever lad.
Thank you very much, Ellie.
Well
how you doing
spoken.
tonight?
Yeah, I'm all right. We're sort of reminiscing about Glenn Oddle as well. So I said he should be our next manager.
Yeah, but anyway, no matter what I was saying about the Forest protest, I think a lot of people are going to point and say you got to get behind the team. But if the worst comes to the worst and we are relegated, right? The Everton one last game of the season will be, if there's not thousands there, then I give up with it all.
Yeah.
If there's not 60,000 there at the capacity of the ground, then I really do give up.
I don't think you'll get 60,000, but I think that if people are really serious about ENIC out, and if it's growing, and if the team keep losing, and the chances, obviously, the more we lose, the more chance we've got of getting relegated, depending on what others do, obviously.
We've only got
It's
2
gonna
more
start-
matches after that.
Look, at the end of the
Brighton
day,
and
Ellie, at the
Everton.
end of the day, my thing is, right, turn up for the protest. All you got to do is chant ENIC out. It's a friendly protest. There's no ag, no nothing. It's just nice and easy. A literal walk down the road to outside the stadium. ENIC out, ENIC out, ENIC out. That is the message.
That's all there is to it. Yeah.
Inside the ground, right? Don't boo the manager. Don't boo the players. When it goes quiet, get the ENIC out chant going.
Yeah.
I will be at Forest every time it goes quiet. I am going to be screaming ENIC out.
You going to the game, mate?
Yes.
That's what we need to do, basically.
Yes.
Instead of the sighing and the silence and the sort of the painful laughter that we see when people are laughing just because the only other option is crying. They need to get all that energy and put it towards getting these shambles of an owners out, basically.
The reason I'm upset that the protest is the Forest game is because my missus' birthday and I can't go. That's the only reason I'm upset.
Nothing wrong. You trust me. You wanna take care of that side of things a lot more.
Your family's more
That's
important.
always more important, mate. Trust me.
Well, yeah, but like, you know,
Here we go. He's only in.
Hello.
He's only turned up.
Here he is.
I can't believe it. Joey, how are you? Oh, Joe.
I've never been on one of these things before, so I don't even know if you can hear me.
We can. You're a bit echoey, Joey. You're a bit
And
echoey,
quiet.
mate.
I'll see if I can turn your volume up, mate.
Hang
Yeah.
on a sec. You're on mute now, Joey. Or is that Mark that's done that?
No. He keeps going on. He might be putting himself on mute.
Ah. There you go. There you go.
Oh, he's chose to mute himself, mate.
Oh.
I'm hovering on the set. Ah, here we go. He's on edit mic and settings. Let's turn him right up.
Yeah. You're getting quite technical, Mark.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you hear us, Joey?
hang on.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
A bit low.
He's very low.
His mic's on maximum now, mate. That's as high as I can turn it up.
Is your volume up, Joey, on yours?
Tell him to go back out and come back in.
Yeah, maybe go back out, Joe. Check your phone. Make sure your volume's up and all that business, and then come back in again. See if it's any better. There you go. He'll come back in a minute.
Yeah.
Big up to Joe. Sorry about that, people. It's one of them technical issues. It happens. What was we talking about? I don't want to go off subject.
There's a funny comment in it. Not that one. Oh, big up, Terry.
Big up, Terry.
That one.
Yeah.
We all are. These
Yeah.
protests, basically. That's what we're talking about. And I've just noticed every time that there's been sort of shouts of a protest previously, there's always some bloody reason where it's like, oh, well, actually, we're going to postpone the protest because we're in the Europa League final, or we're going to postpone the protest because this is going on. We're going to postpone the protest because, but it's like, if you're feeling like you have to protest, then just bloody protest, you know, because these owners aren't going to get the message any other way if they're just people let it go on, you know. Change, I've said this in previous streams, you look at every paradigm shift throughout human history, you know, you look at every single one, the French Revolution, the October Revolution in Russia, all of these things, they've come more or less from the masses, the people at the bottom rising up against the ones at the top. So you need to apply that same logic here to football now, because if we're just going to sit around and wait for these owners to leave on their own accord, we're going to be waiting forever, because they're not.
I've said that for a long time.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as well, I believe for the Forest game, the trains are all cancelled or something. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently so.
That's another fly in the ointment.
If you can get to London Euston, I don't know whereabouts all you guys are, but if you can get to London Euston, you can just hop on the tube to Seven Sisters and just walk it.
Yeah, just walk up.
Yeah.
It's not that far. So I used to live right by Seven Sisters Station off West Green Road, Beaconsfield Road. So I used to walk to the Spurs ground all the time. So it's not far. I mean, if the disabled people, they should make some provision for them. You know, if they're in a wheelchair, you can push them, I suppose. But if they're not in a wheelchair, it's not right.
That's true. That's true, Ellie. That's true.
Joey is back.
Joey's back. Can we hear Joey? Speak, Joey.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me, do I?
Oh, he's low. He's still low, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can you adjust your volume at all, Joey?
I can't adjust any volume now. It's up as high as it goes.
That's mad, isn't it? I mean, I can turn my volume up and probably hear you, but whether the masses can or not, because you're so low. Anthony's in. Big up to Anthony. I hope you're well, mate.
Anthony.
No. Any better?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That's all right. I've just switched from my PC to my headset mic.
That's better.
There you go.
Mr. Barton, welcome to the Two
mate.
Mark Show.
I've seen you in loads of chats, mate.
Lovely to meet you. Ellie, if you don't mind, I'm going to move over to Joey just for a second because I'm sure he's got plenty to say about Tottenham.
Yeah, no problem.
As he does
I
in
want
the
to hear
chat.
from him as well.
Joey, first of all, thanks for the tip, mate. You told everyone.
That's all right.
At the end
people
of the
listen,
day,
good luck to them. I'll have another one tomorrow.
There you go. Another one tomorrow on the breakfast brunch. Make sure you tune in. A Joey Barton special.
Hang on. No, I'm on the breakfast brunch.
That's all right. I'll send you the tip by text.
I didn't send you today's one then.
No, I didn't. No. It's all right. He knows I'll look after him when I see him, Joe. He's all right. Don't worry about that. Come on, Joe. Talk to us about Tottenham then. Give us your general opinion and whatever you want to say. It's all yours. The floor's yours, sir.
So I wanted to jump on because the question that you asked Ellie about the players and who picked the team and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I agree with everyone. These players have proper down tools, but I think it's because and we know that Levy used to do this, various promises have probably been made to some of these players and they've probably been broken already. And I think, it's only so many times you can kick a dog before it won't come back.
Yeah.
And so I just think that is really boiling down to the players and their heads have dropped and stuff like that. I don't think it boils down to tactics. Yes, Tudor hasn't got a clue. God knows what he's doing. I think anyone in this chat could probably pick a better team. But he is a bit tied. His hands are a bit tied with injuries and stuff like that. If you want to try and find an excuse, I don't think that is an excuse because, playing players out of position when you've got players that can play in that position is a bit wrong. But I just think the players are done. I think there's a few players there that are on longer contracts and probably think relegation is the quickest way to get out of the club.
Yeah.
And I think that goes. But managers, what is wrong with you people and managers, man? So we'll go to Harry Redknapp. He's 80. He's done. He hasn't managed in 10 years. And the last time he nearly took QPR down. Why would we want him back? And if we go into Hoddle, what is it, 20 years since Hoddle managed in the Premier League? I mean, come on. There's got to be a better option out there. I don't know what the answer is, and I don't know who we should get in. I did want Robbie Keane, but I just don't think that's the right time now. I think that's an end-of-season appointment. But I just don't know what there is out there to put in.
I think from what you've said there, right, because I think what you've just said, mate, you're thinking with your head, which is good, because in situations like these, you really do need to think with this and not with this, basically. I was pointing to my heart, by the way. But anyway, we were...
Don't point to anything else.
thinking with your head, right? Because we can all sit here and talk about Harry Redknapp and Glenn Hoddle all we want. We can even talk about trying to reanimate Bill Nicholson to get him in. If we're actually going to think with our head and go for someone who's Spurs, that has experienced managing in the Premier League, there are only two names that come to my mind. And those names are Tim Sherwood and Ryan Mason. Those are the only two right now that I can think of that are in that age group of sort of still relevant in football and have Premier League experience that are Spurs. There are no other names which know the club, know the Premier League, and basically will come here. You can get who you want, but those are the only two names realistically that people can say that know Spurs and have managerial experience in the Premier League, which aren't completely past it for me. Because Jermaine Defoe, has he actually coached in professional football?
Got his badges, yeah.
He's got his badges.
He's been in charge of our youngsters for a while, under 18s.
Yeah.
But he hasn't managed a team yet.
To be fair, though, I don't know if you guys. I mean, you probably have heard of Edin Terzic from Dortmund. He was I think they're like under 20s coach or something like that, and they brought him in to be the interim, and then he won them the DFB Pokal. You know, he won them a cup, and they liked him so much they ended up giving him the permanent job after they brought Michael Rose in, and he almost won them the Meisterschale. So, you know, it might not be the worst shout, but it would be a real bloody gamble to get someone like Jermaine Defoe in to do the job.
Oh, definitely.
Fair play to that. Anyone else want to comment on that? Managers coming in and who your
don't see
choice
Ryan
would
Mason
be?
being the answer.
No, I don't either,
No.
mate. Trust me. I wasn't saying he is the answer,
Yeah.
but in terms of like the categories that we've spoken, someone who knows the club is still
There
sort
you
of relevant in football management, as in they've had a job in football management in like the past.
I think
Well,
Ellie was right earlier when she said, I don't think the club would touch Tim Sherwood with a barge pole. I think
No.
he's too outspoken. He said
He
too
is
much
too
about him in the past.
Yeah.
They will not touch him.
Yeah.
Not
I'd sooner give it to this bloke in the comment.
Oh, psycho teacher, what a legend.
No.
go.
I'd sooner give it to Ben Davis.
Davis, player
Yeah.
manager.
He has been doing his
yeah,
badges, hasn't he, Davis?
Yeah.
Interesting,
Yeah, he's
interesting point about Davis. Didn't Andy tell you that he compared him to Maldini the other day?
No. I was speaking hyperbolically, and I said that the energy that Conte got out of our players, I said hyperbolically, he got Davis looking like prime Maldini just as a laugh, you know. But what I actually meant was when Conte was our manager, those 6 months in his first season, you know, we talk about having a manager who has the players looking like they want to fight for each other.
Yeah.
I remember these players looking like they wanted to die for each other.
Davis was brilliant, Conte. I know the word brilliant is not really associated with Davies, but he played out of his skin for Conte. I remember everybody
That's
was
what I meant.
saying, yeah, that's what he meant.
Fair play.
Yeah. To be honest,
yeah,
I
go on,
never
Mark.
had a bad word to say about Ben Davis. He was he good enough? Probably not. But he was always 6 out of 10.
He
Reliable.
always tried his hardest.
Never a 2, never a 9.
He had his limits and he knew what they were, really,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
He didn't mind sitting on the bench for us either. Hasn't ever minded that.
That's why
I think Dyche out of left field is quite a shout given the predicament we're in. I'm not saying he would be my choice, but if they announced him tomorrow, I would be all right, fair enough. Who else are you going to get, really?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be so funny if it was Sean Dyche, right? And then you see Marinakis' face if we beat him.
Exactly. He's got something to prove, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Massive game, that Forest game now.
No,
Absolutely
Go for the
huge
previous
game.
2 Forest managers. You have Ange in charge of the attack and then Dyche in charge of the defence.
Would be all right then.
Yeah.
Would be
I
all
mean,
right.
if ever the word 6-pointer, the term 6-pointer stood for a game, that's definitely it.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I'll ask you all a question while you're on here. I don't know if you all saw it. It was maybe late last week. It was about the supercomputer, you know, when it predicts the results, and then it will give you the points at the end of the season, type of thing. There's some supercomputer thing. Anyway, Tottenham are on 29 points at the moment. They had us finishing on 31 points.
oh
Only
dear.
getting another 2 points.
And we're getting relegated, yeah?
That means
we finished third bottom, and they've worked out that West Ham and Forest, and I believe it was one of Leeds or one of the others that's down now, I can't remember now, would be on 42 points. So by the end of the season, there will be, according to the supercomputer, an 11-point gap between us finishing third bottom and the fourth bottom team.
wow.
Just thought I'd give you that bit of information. Because to be fair, they're never normally far out. They're never normally far out. But it'll be interesting. And again, I'll ask you, like, this is a different question, though. How many points are we getting now between now and the end of the season?
2 points.
That's what I've been saying since the Newcastle game, 2.
Yeah, I know you're going to say 2, Andy. Yeah. Anyone?
And
Is anyone anywhere near 10?
Against Liverpool.
5. We'll get 5.
Give me a minute. I'm going to look up our fixtures.
Oh, don't do that, Sheriff. You'll say nothing.
Well,
We're against them and we'll beat Leeds.
So, does anyone think we can get? Does anyone think before the end of the season we can get 3 home wins?
No.
No. We haven't even had that in the last.
Oh, no.
I know that.
It's 4 home wins.
I'm just asking for a friend, Ellie. Behave yourself, as they say. Does anyone think we'll get 2 wins before the end of the season, a home or away?
No.
I just think we're going to beat Leeds.
I've seen nothing that says we're going to win a game.
I don't think we're going to beat Leeds.
I think we will because they're not all that. Away from home.
And we are?
Well, we're not all that either, but I think we're just slightly better than all that.
We are bottom of the form table for a reason, right? I don't think we've got the divine right to sit here and say, I think we'll beat this one. There's nothing in recent results that says
but I'm trying to be optimistic.
Well,
I think we'll get 5 points. 5 points and that's it, and we'll be relegated.
Well, I think we'll be relegated with that because I think we need 10 minimum. Honestly, I do. I think there's 3 wins in West Ham. I think there's 3 wins in Forest.
Yeah.
Right? We're now in that zone that I always talk about where I say that when we're more than 1 game away, we'll deal with it. Do you know what I mean? But we've been sliding that far down the form table since whenever. And like Joey said, we're not bottom of the 2026 form table for a reason. We're there because we're shocking.
Yeah.
So for me, I think we still need 10 points. That's where I am.
Well, looking at these fixtures,
call it 9. 3 wins.
Looking at these fixtures on my phone now, honestly, I can't see us winning any of them.
Do you know what?
I'm with you on that, to be honest.
If we're going to be relegated, I want to be relegated before that Chelsea game because my son-in-law is a big Chelsea fan and his dad, and at least we'll be relegated and they won't relegate us. Oh God, I can't stand it. What am I going to do with my life?
No, honestly, the way we've been playing in our form, right, is shocking.
4 home Premier League wins in 15 months.
There you go. So we, honestly, I can't see where the next win's coming from, mate.
That's disgusting.
I just think there's like a curse on us. It's a curse. With all the injuries we've had as well.
It's Addy Bio's mum, isn't it?
I saw this old interview with Chris Cowley. He was interviewing some old security guy down at the Old Lane from years and years and years ago, and this guy was claiming that the east stand of the Old Lane was haunted by a ghost, basically, and apparently all the security boys there claimed that they saw something. And for me, I was basically saying last night, if people are not willing to blame it from top to bottom as the ownership being the issue, the only other alternative I can see is it's this bloody ghost haunting us that's basically set this curse upon us. And then
it's the ghost of Bill Nicholson. Bill Nicholson's out of the bag.
I wouldn't believe them security men. They all say they've seen 2 home wins this season.
Yeah. I'm going to go through them. Liverpool, we ain't getting nothing now. We never do.
Nothing. 0.
And then we got the Champions League game. We won't worry about that. Home to Forest. A point at most.
Point at
Forest,
most.
hang on, Forest is after the international break, right?
Yeah.
I think Forest are going to beat
22nd of
us.
March. No.
It's only 2 weeks' time, not this weekend
Forest is
coming, the
before
weekend
the international
after.
break.
Oh, okay, because that's
And
when
then it's
Tudor
the
gets sacked
international
if we don't
break.
win that.
Yeah. Then we got 22nd of March. That's Forest at home. That's a point at best. Sunderland away, 12th of April. We ain't getting nothing there.
They play like a team, Sunderland. They're killers.
Brighton at home. Brighton at home. They normally gub us.
They do. Because they're better football inside than us.
At the most. And then we're away at Wolves. Wolves have picked up.
We
And they
don't
put a
beat
hell of a
Wolves either, do we?
We used to, but not anymore.
Could
And they
Wolves
put
be
a hell of a
relegated by the time that game comes around?
Well, they put a
Yeah,
hell of a
but
fight.
that don't matter. Do you remember when we got battered 5-1 by Newcastle?
Well, that's true.
So
They were
Wolves away,
relegated.
I'll say none. Aston Villa away, the game after that.
See, Villa have dropped form, so
Yeah, well,
I still don't think we'll beat them.
But they'll still
we're
beat
still
us.
getting
lose.
gubbed there.
They've got
And
much
then-
more than us.
And then Leeds at home.
That's the one I think we'll win.
We might get a point,
Why do you think we're
possibly
gonna win?
3.
I just
maybe.
think we'll beat Leeds. I just think
Chelsea
I've got a
away.
feeling.
Chelsea away. But we never get anything at Stamford Bridge
They'll batter us.
unless Dele Alli's playing.
They've got
And then-
Casiedo and Fernandes in midfield.
And then last game of the season, Tottenham at home. Everton at home.
We couldn't even beat ourselves, so we might as well play Tottenham at home.
Well, yeah.
5 points.
Well,
mate.
we'd lose that. Well, we'd lose that. So how many did I?
3
No.
points.
2 points, as I
Maybe
keep
a
saying.
point. Maybe another point.
I'll
That's
say
2.
5.
Yeah, I'll say 5.
I think we get 3
That's
at the
what I
most.
thought.
I think, where am I? I've gone, I'll tell you what I've gone, just so you know. I've gone Forest nothing. I think we're going to get beat. And I think that'll be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Sunderland, nothing. Brighton at home, I think we'll get a point. Wolves away, I think we'll get a point. Aston Villa, nothing. Leeds, I think we'll win. I agree with Ellie. I think we'll beat
Yeah.
Leeds. Chelsea and Everton, nothing. That's it. That's my 5 points. And I'm being generous, really, because I'm a bit like Joey. I can't see where the next win's coming from. But at the same time, surely we've got to win another game before the end of the season, even if it's only one.
Well, law of
Well, mate.
averages, mate. Law of averages, isn't it? The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while.
Do you know what I'm thinking about Solanke, right? He gets out of that league, now he's going back into it. Because I think he will stay, Solanke.
Newcastle are rumoured
I
to be
don't
after
see
him,
who
aren't
buys
they?
him.
Newcastle are rumoured to be after Solanke.
I don't see it.
Poor Newcastle. Don't go for him, please. I'll write him an email.
Let's talk about the game a little bit last night, because I know we've spoke about the slips and all that. I spoke to Ellie about this and Mark for Anthony and Andy and Joey. Did the 3 mistakes, if you take them away last night, do you see a 2-2 draw, or do you think that, like Ellie said, like Mark said, they've took their foot off the gas a little bit second half because they're 4-1 up, and it played out how it played out?
Yeah, I agree with Ellie and Mark. I think if the slips never happened, we'd have lost. I think we'd have lost about 2 or 3-0. To be honest, I think the Athletico Madrid just got complacent and stuff and allowed us back in the game. Would never have scored if they didn't get complacent like that. They would probably thought how easy it was being 4-0 up and just fully thought, they just fully overthought it and just thought it's so easy. And then that's what happened. Get complacent, and all the goals pretty much from both sides were done by mistakes, weren't they? So yeah, I agree. I think we still lost the game 2 or 3-0. I think, yeah. So yeah.
Fair play. Any difference for you, Joey?
No, I totally agree. I mean, last night I did say, oh well, there was 3 mistakes, and the result. But I watched that game. Well, I watched a lot of that game back early hours of this morning when I got up, and no, I think they proper took their foot off the gas in the second half. The job was done.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think if we hadn't had those slip ups, it would have just come later. These goals, that's Simeone's whole thing basically. He's the manager that defends 1 goal leads, 2 goal leads. So when they got those gifts from us, that was just time for him to sort of sit back a bit, just so. He's probably saving the energy for whichever league match they have, So we're never going to get anything from this game, I don't think.
You see, this keeps happening though, right? We keep going 2-3 goals behind, and then we play well. We don't play well. Other teams just don't play as well as they were.
Yeah.
And it gives fans this hope. Oh, but we were really good in the second half. We were really good when we went 2-0 down. Yeah, because the other team's job is done, and they're managing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite right.
I agree with that. There you go. What else can you say about it? Listen, God, it's so difficult, isn't it? Because you try and find positivity somewhere. Listen, let's talk about Tudor, because I've watched streams today, and he took some stick, in my opinion, rightly so. When Kinski went off, and you can agree or disagree between the lot of you. I think he showed him no empathy whatsoever. Whether he'll play for Spurs ever again, I've got no idea. But after 2 horrific mistakes that he's made, and then within 18 minutes or whatever it was, they're pulling him off, and he's going down a tunnel. And there's coaches chasing after him because the manager ain't even give him a pat on the back. Do you know what I mean? It's all right. Whatever they say to him, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? And also, after the game as well, I mean, we was on here, but I'm hearing reports of that he weren't shaking anyone's hand.
Yeah. The thing is, sorry, I don't mind this. The first mistake from Kinsley could happen to anyone because the players were slipping all over the place, and Vicario could have slipped as well for that one. But the second one, obviously, I know he's a young lad, but that's no excuses. But then, he is a young goalkeeper, and Tudor should never have played him in a million years, and so he's decided to take him off. Then he needs to go up to him and console him and see if he's all right. But he's not done it to any of the players. I remember I said yesterday, apparently Spence had to go up to Tudor when he came off and tap him on the back and shake his hand as if to say, I'll shake your hand then. And I'm hearing a lot of the players are just not having Tudor. So whoever made that decision to appoint him needs to sack him, because that's an absolute disgrace of appointment we've made there. And that could actually, I don't know who's going to come in, but I'm surprised he's still in the job now.
I can't believe he's still here.
Well, I watched some of Sky Sports News when I got in from work, and this was obviously first put out this morning. They said that the CEO had turned up, who I guess was Vinay, and Tudor was the only one there because the players went straight home when they landed last night. So, but Tudor's living in the 6-star hotel in the training ground. So he went to see him, and so the Sky vultures accumulated outside the training ground, waiting for him to be sacked or whatever. And the only announcement to come out is the press conference is scheduled for sometime on Friday, and Tudor will be taking it.
Yeah.
It's like they want us to go down.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm totally on the fence with Tudor's reaction last night. I'm on the fence because was it right? Was it wrong? Everyone's got their own opinion. I just think he was laser focused and sorting out what was going on the pitch. He didn't even look. He did it with the other subs. He just makes the decision. Well, actually, Romero made that decision. We've all seen the video on social media. Romero went and said, "You've got to take him off." So whilst everyone's going, oh, he should never have taken him off, or he should have given him to half time, whatever. Romero made that decision, which then begs the question: hang on, who's in charge here?
Again.
Yeah, we keep going around in circles. Who actually is in charge? But I just think he was laser focused on trying to sort out what was going on the pitch. So,
but he doesn't even. Tudor doesn't
human
even
point of view,
acknowledge
he's
the
wrong.
fans, does he?
No,
He doesn't even acknowledge the fans.
No, I read something on wherever this morning that he didn't go over and clap the fans or nothing.
No.
he walked straight off.
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
Porro last night as well. He was the first one down the tunnel when he didn't go over to the fans or anything, apparently.
Yeah, he's a totally different thing altogether.
With Romero, right, you could blatantly see he's hovering his mouth, and he's probably said to him it'd be a good idea to take him off because he's distraught. But it's been the manager's decision whether to
immediately
go.
they finished
He's
talking.
He's recommended it. He's obviously said
he did that. Tudor did that straight away.
Yeah, because like he's made the decision because his captain is telling him it'll be a good idea to take him off. But at the end of the day, it's his decision. He could have gone against his captain, but he didn't. He said, "Come on, get him off." Yeah, because the lad was distraught, and I'm with you in a way, Joey, because like he's laser focused on what's going on the pitch and trying to make sense of it, right? And I don't think he ignores him. I just think he's so focused that he forgets to go over to him, and all the coaches go down the tunnel with him anyway, and he's thinking the lad will be okay. But in a way, it's not an excuse, but you could see why he did it because he was laser focused and he was shell shocked. You could see he was shell shocked because he said after in the press conference, in my 15 years of management, I've never ever seen. And even the commentator said, I've never seen anything. And Ali McCoy.
All of us have never seen anything like it.
We've never seen anything. The nearest thing we saw is when that Carrius made that boo-boo in Liverpool, and then his career was over. He was soon shipped out of Liverpool, wasn't he?
So do we say then that was good captaincy from Romero? Because everyone sort of batters Romero a bit and goes, he's not our captain, he's not really.
I think it was good. Yeah.
I mean, he took the time to go and say, hang on a minute, we might have a problem here, you need to deal with it.
Yeah. I think it's very good captaincy. The best bit of captaincy he's done, because otherwise he's been a bad captain.
Yeah, again, that's a totally different conversation.
I've always said if Tottenham played in blue and white stripes, he'd be fit for every game. You know, bad little bit as well.
We won't park that one. We can come back to that if you like.
Well, yeah.
Did we see any positives from any players last night? Let's change the theme a little bit if we can.
Certainly not. Next question.
Chat, this lot are useless. Park this lot from it. Chat, did you see any positives in the game last night?
Good finish from Solanke.
That's it. Yeah, it was.
Good finish by Porro, but other than that, he was rubbish.
I can't.
When Paulinho came on, he showed some gumption. When even Gallagher, when he came on, he showed that he was up for it, but he's technically not there. Gallagher, he's a runner, isn't he? He's a runner.
Yeah. Right, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to park Madrid now. We're going to park it. It's gone. We spoke about it tonight a little bit. There we go. Let's move on to the weekend. What do we do from here? Because I don't know how it works with Paulinho and Romero after that. What I would consider to be a very nasty head clash. I know there was no blood by the look of it, but my God, they thumped into each other. You know, both coming from other ways as well. It's not like one caught the other. Like they was at it. Does anyone know? Because Romero was struggling right after that. He was on his knees at the end of the game. Does anyone know if they will have to miss the Liverpool game or not with concussion?
I'm not sure.
7 days, isn't it? It's usually 7 days. So
it depends whether they're what's the word? diagnosed or something, whether they have actually got concussion.
So that's for our medical staff to do that, is it?
Yeah.
And then they put a report in or whatever, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to fill in a form, but if you take them off for concussion, then you've got to fill in a form and say they were properly concussed. But I don't know. I think it's when you take them off and they've got concussion, I think that classes, but then you've got to put a form in as well.
Right, okay. I'm just wondering
even if it's suspected concussion, they miss games.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
So, yeah, neither's going to be able to play. I'm just saying that was why I was asking the question, because...
So is that what a 10-day thing comes in?
Maybe a week, whatever it is. But there's no VDV or Romero at the weekend.
That means Dragusin and Basuma
probably
play. No, whoever plays, we're going to lose. But I noticed that, I don't know if you noticed, lads, but Paulinho had a lump coming up on his head.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, like a golf ball.
It's quite a big lump as well.
Yeah. And if Romero or Van der Ven ain't playing then on Sunday, that means we're going to get, instead of 3-0, it's going to be like 7 or 8.
It could well be. It could well be.
We lost there 7-0 once.
Danny, if you want to join, DK, if you want to jump on, mate, let us know. You're more than welcome. Mark will stick the link in for you again.
It's Danny.
If you want to jump on, Danny.
Anything for Mr. Kiriakou.
Yeah, I want to see that Harry Kane thing again. That was so funny. I don't know if you lot see that.
Brilliant.
Danny's come on with this Harry Kane AOA app thing. And oh my God, even the voice, everything. It was unbelievable.
It's about Sean,
Butler's at it now as well.
Yeah.
It is quite funny, to be fair.
Sean did it on his show.
Sean did Poch, he did Conte, and he did a few others. I can't remember. I was half asleep.
You should watch that show if you missed it, lads.
How does Conte go all together? This club.
20 years and then I'll win something.
I'll tell you something. He weren't fucking wrong, was he?
No.
Hey?
I see the managers Tottenham have had.
How many players, how many managers, Ellie, and everyone else, can you remember, even if they haven't come out, you know, as blatantly as Conte did, if you like? I mean, you could probably pick most managers that have been at Spurs that have been in this sort of situation, can't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, even Thomas Frankie was saying it before he was. He'd even had a ball kicked under him at Spurs. Do you remember? He basically in his press conference he came out and said, "I don't want to say that Brentford do things better, but Brentford do things better." In no uncertain words. Yeah, it's just. You saw Jose basically, you know, when he was asked about the transfer window, he said something like, "Well, they've bought these players. Now it's my job to turn them into the best." You know, that's basically more or less his way of saying that he didn't get the players that he wanted. You know, Poch did that interview about washing machines and dryers and whatever on earth he said there.
No furniture, wasn't it? The no furniture.
Furniture, that as well. Tim Sherwood, he came and said just about sort of the gutlessness, you know, in that interview after the Chelsea game. All these managers, they've come out and they've said they've just had one of these sort of vents about how poor things are at this club in their own way. Basically, all of these managers have come out and said it, and that just points fingers to the top.
You know what surprised me, right? Conte, I saw an interview with him the other day, right? And he was all praising Spurs, right? It was so weird, right? But then I switched over and I found on YouTube, it's quite a popular one that Jose's talking about Spurs. And he goes, we're the only club that he hasn't got an affiliation with.
Yeah.
And he goes, it's because of Mr. Levy. He actually says it's because of Levy.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, honestly.
Well, he sacked him, didn't he? He didn't even let him have the final.
What you said about Conte doesn't surprise me though, because I think I hear this sentiment about Conte a lot, that he hated the club or he hated the fans, but I can't remember a manager actually sort of backing the fans the way he did. He came out and said that the players' performances were disrespectful to the fans. He said the fans pay money. This is not good enough for what the fans are seeing. Yeah. He said something like, even I don't remember if it was slightly before the massive rant or after the rant, but he actually said that he wanted 3 or 4 years to build something special at the club, you know. And you don't really get an opportunity like that come around. A manager like Antonio Conte coming to your club and saying that he wants to build something special there. And we somehow thought, you know, we're bigger, we're better, let's sack him. And since sacking Conte, where do you go after you sack a manager like Antonio Conte? Where do you actually go? You go and get
Championship,
isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, Championship allegedly.
In his rant, he goes, they want to change the situation. He says it. Do they want to change this situation? If they want to change the situation, you keep me in charge and I will change the situation for you. Right? Because he'll force the issue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous what they do to managers. Mate, honestly, our club is one big circus run by clowns. It annoys me to my very core that we've got owners who just ruining us.
Yeah, I mean, Ellie, I think basically it's just we've been seeing this for so long, and it's gotten to a point where it can't be ignored anymore. But still, somehow people are ignoring it. You know, it's like kind of you sort of you fall off a cliff and you're expecting to hit the bottom, but this is like a cliff that doesn't seem to have a bottom. You just keep on falling and falling and falling and falling, and we've just got, you know, half the people falling with us just kind of complaining about the fact that they're falling, but they're not willing to sort of see where the cliff is that they have fallen off of. They're not willing to point the fingers at the owners. They tell you to be grateful for the stadium, be grateful for the Asian gourmet noodle pizza or whatever it is. They tell you to be grateful for the bloody beers that fill up from the bottom, or all of this stuff. But then we don't see anything remotely resembling football on the pitch. We just see players who look like they don't know what football is on the pitch. It's an absolute laugh. It's a disgrace.
It's all cosmetic. I'm in a lot of WhatsApp groups, right? And there's a couple, right? I posted something about Enoch, and they sent me a message, and they said, "Who are Enoch?" There's ignorance in our fan base. They don't even know who our owners are and what they're doing. They don't pay interest. All they care about is following the players who they like. Yeah. They've got no grasp of what's going on at our club, and it's ignorance.
Just to answer Gus's question, I think it was Gus that put in. Someone asked about when Kudos was back. Well, apparently Kudos, Bergvall, and Udogie will be back in about 3 weeks' time.
And did I see
the next one's back?
Whether it was true or not, because I take no notice of what I see. Someone said Kulu has had a relapse.
I don't know.
With his injury.
Surprised me.
Yeah, he had pain in his knee, and they had to give him injections to get rid of the pain because he had a lot of pain.
That's what it was about then. So I read.
I don't think you'll see him kick a ball again.
No, I think he's in trouble, Kulu. I do. Yeah. I really do think he's in trouble because he had whatever injury it was, and then he done something to his kneecap as well.
His patella. They've had to rebuild his whole knee.
Well, you're not going to see him again soon, are you? I wouldn't have thought so anyway. No. But let's hope we do. Let's hope.
Matters. I'll be very surprised if we see Matters by the end of the season.
Well, he's training on grass. He is on grass training.
He is,
But then, obviously, when it is time to come back, you know, you've got a lad that's been out for the best part of a year. He's nowhere near match fitness. They're only going to be bringing him on for 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there to adjust. And by the time he's done all that, the season will be over.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So, you can't rely on him coming back. I don't think you can rely on anyone. I think they're just the players that have played this year and last year, to be fair, Europa League trophy or not, I'm talking about in the Premier League, they've just been so poor. They've been, and it's unacceptable, 40-something losses.
It just shows you it's not the tactics, Cookie. It's not the tactics that are making them. They are bad players.
No, listen.
Yeah, but we all sit here and blame manager after manager after manager after manager. Yeah. How many managers have these players gone through now? Some of them have gone through 4 managers.
Yeah.
100%. It still haunts me, the fact that people blamed were calling for Conte's head when he had us 3rd place. 3rd bloody place, and we're calling for his head.
I know. We were disciplined. We looked like a proper team.
We did, like bad form under Conte was still guaranteed European football form. That's the thing. The results we were getting when it went bad under Conte, if it continued like that, we would have finished 7th place, worst. He
goes and wins Serie A as well, first season now, and I think he's 3rd at the moment.
If they offered us 7th now, we snap the round off.
Of course, mate. Of course.
That's in the space of like 4 or 5 years, we're like praying for 17th now. Not 7th, 17th.
17th, exactly.
Yeah, we're praying for that now.
Why has this club been allowed to get in this state? Can anyone answer that?
Because the owners don't care. They just care about money, property, NFL, Beyonce.
It's in the chat. They're an investment company.
I just wanted to see what your views are. I know it's basic questioning, but I just wanted to see if anyone's views were different. That was all, more than anything.
They take an eye off the ball. They don't keep an eye on everything that's going on the football side because they're making so much money on the other side that it's turned their heads.
You've got a company with majority shareholders. They can do what they want, and there's no one to answer to. It's not like there's all these shareholders who have a say on it. They've got no one to answer to. They do what they want when they want. And if we don't like it as fans, we can go because they'll just get someone else sat in our seats.
Exactly.
That's why they've gone global. Yeah. You see how they do the global thing around the pitch? They show all the supporters clubs all around the world.
Yeah.
And if you go to where the players come out at the end of the game, there's no hardcore Spurs fans there. No. It's all global people.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I'll tell you what as well. The prices of the tickets, when you go and actually look at the amount of empty seats that are there and the price of the tickets that are offering, you actually realise that this ownership do not understand even the business side of things, because that is just simple supply and demand. If there are all these empty seats available, then how are they still trying to charge the same prices that they were charging when we were playing under the floodlights under Conte and Poch?
Because a lot of those seats are owned by season ticket holders who haven't managed to sell their ticket on the exchange. They don't care if the seats are empty as long as they're paid for. My seat's empty, it's paid for. If I don't sell my ticket on the exchange because I can't go, it's paid for. They've got the money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to them. They don't care about the atmosphere.
Where do you sit, Joe? Where do you sit? Where's your seat?
North.
Well, you're in the north. Yeah, fair play. Just asking. Sorry to butt in. Carry on, people. Sorry, I just thought I'd ask Joey that while it was in my head.
No, but the thing is, Enoch really told us what they were about when they first come in. The first statement that came out of their head, it was probably Levy's mouth. We are here to make money. There was nothing about we are here to make Tottenham great and great times and win cups and leagues. And Levy said that once and he got laughed at.
Wasn't it something about there was no sentiment, it was purely financial or something like that?
Yeah,
words to that effect. It was a long time ago, I can't remember.
And I never went from that day onwards, Joe. Followed that club everywhere. And as soon as I heard that, I barred myself. And the first time I went was West Ham at home the other week. And I'm only going to the Nottingham Forest game because I'm driving 240 mile to come down for it. Yeah. And I'm driving 240 mile back the same night. So You know what I mean? I want to see what shit these players are actually delivering in front of my own eyes, because you can watch it on the telly. Yeah. I watched it live against West Ham. I didn't like what I saw, right? I've watched every game since on the telly. I don't like what I see. So I want to see it again for myself against Nottingham Forest. But at the same time, yeah, regardless of what people say, I will cheer them on, yeah, because I want them to win. I will not shout Igor out, whoever's there at the time. I will not shout. I will not boo the players, and I will be starting Enoch out chants, because I ain't having it from these shithole wankers that are running our club. I'm sick of it, trying to dilute our football club into nothing, right? And they're making every single penny that's going, when we've got people paying $2,500 for a season ticket to be dished up that sort of shit. I think it's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. The protests need to take place, and they need to take out. We need to take action, big style, while Enoch are in a corner and they've got nowhere to go. Even if you can't get them out, let's let them know that we're not happy in and outside the stadium.
100%.
But you already know what's going to happen. The same thing that happens time after time after time. There could be 100, there could be 1,000, there could be 10,000, and still 40,000 people will walk past laughing.
And what are they laughing at? Genuinely, what are they laughing at?
People are protesting. They stand there taking pictures.
They do.
But
Enoch out people, the likes of Daigle and all of that lot that have been at this from day one.
Yeah.
Since Joel was sacked at half time, a lot of us, they've taken dog's abuse off of fellow Spurs fans.
Mm-hmm.
I know Ellie's been stood out on the high road when the protest started and all that. I've walked past you. But they've taken dog's abuse. They've been called frothers by all these spreadsheet fans. I mean, when did football fans become more interested in the club's finances? I don't care what we pay for a player, and I don't care how much he earns a week. I care if he puts the ball in the fucking net, and that's the first time I've saw. You're
right.
You're right.
It's 100%. 100%.
He's giving his all. He's giving his all for that badge. You know,
if he's worth 100 grand,
you've given
give him
your
it.
all, and the other team have been better technically, and they've beaten you, but you've given your all. You say, our team fought for that, but we lost. Right, but if you bloody give up like they did against Newcastle, like they did against Palace, waltzing around the pitch,
they give up before the game's even started. That's what I've been seeing. It's basically before the ball's even been kicked, they walk on there thinking they've already lost. There's no point in even giving it a go. You know, we're getting paid anyway. We're getting our hundreds or 60 or grand a week or whatever on earth it is that they get, and they think, you know, it's just another loss. You know, we've been losing all season anyway. That's honestly what it looks like their mentality is when they're on that pitch. And the confusion that we see, you can blame the manager, but then the manager, he's probably also confused because he's like, well, what have this lot actually brought me in to do? You know, because Conte, he was brought in and he said it was like the first time that he had ever basically had an objective to finish fourth, basically, where fourth was the be-all and end-all for him. And he sort of used that to sort of galvanise the squad almost. Because when that was the target, Conte basically said, look, we've had a shit start to the season, but I think you players are more than capable of picking yourselves up and getting this fourth place target so we can play in the Champions League next season, and then we can start thinking about going up a level. And Enoch have always set that fourth place as being their main priority, right? As soon as we got that fourth place, the next season comes along, and then Conte...
No backing.
Yeah, he's thinking, Conte's probably thinking, well, now I finished fourth in my first season with not much time. I want to aim for more now. I want to aim for the Champions League maybe because I qualified. I want to aim for a Premier League title. That's what he's probably got in his head. And then the board... They basically, they do not share that same mentality that Conte had. And then Conte's probably just thinking, well, what on earth is going on then? Why am I here? If these guys upstairs aren't willing to back me to take this team to what I think they should be doing, then what am I doing here? And then that's why I think we started to see the form dip under Conte. I say dip like that because once again, the form dipping under Conte still had wins in it. It wasn't losing 5 games in a row. It wasn't anything remotely close to what we've been seeing for 2 years now. And that's basically the explanation. The confusion, the lack of vision, the utter shit just comes from the top. And
do you know what? He did it with Dyer, Davis and Sanchez. You imagine if we had Jan Vertonghen and Toby and Danny Rose and Walker.
To be honest, you can go back further than that. When Poch was here and we were getting regular top 4 year after year after year. As long as you got top 4, that was good enough. That was good enough. The year we finished 3rd, Leicester. Bit of investment at the start. We'd have won that league. I'm convinced of it. Always have been. The year after, the Chelsea, 2nd. We finished 2nd and 3rd to them teams because they had no Europe.
Yep. And also
right. And when we were on the brink of winning the Premier League title, Enoch did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
518 days, was it?
Yeah, all they wanted was top 4 to guarantee the 50, 60, 70 million, whatever it was, for getting in the Champions League. And it was all going to the new ground. And they never did nothing to support Poch whatsoever.
And now they've got all these events here all year long. That Champions League money doesn't even really matter anymore.
No, it doesn't.
And that's why you've seen a huge decline, because that top 4 dream doesn't matter anymore, because they earn that off the Tyson Fury fight, the Ben Eubank fight, Beyonce, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Who the fuck knows who else is there? That's where they're earning their money there. The Champions League don't matter a toss to them.
No. It's like you said, Mark, right? Cookie Mark, when you said they're diluting us and you reckon in 15 years' time there won't be a football club there. We'll have to move.
I don't.
We'll have to start again somewhere else without them.
Yeah, I don't think they give a toss about the football, Elliot.
It's unimportant.
Like literally,
they're not football people. They're not football people. No. Levy was at the Polo all the time, or Grand Prix. He weren't at any other football matches. He comes to Spurs because it's an obligation to watch us because he's the chairman. Otherwise,
Joe Lewis had been there twice, hasn't he?
Yeah, he don't care. He's on his
Well, he's
yacht.
not allowed to have America now. He's under house arrest, isn't he? Is he still under house arrest?
Who gives a fuck? I hope he is.
Yeah.
Give a toss anyway. Couldn't give a toss. Not when I'm reading shit from 15 years ago that he's making phone calls to managers to pick a team.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Tell him who's playing in his team that weekend. Yeah. I don't think so.
Wasn't it Redknapp? He said ask Rafa who
that's it.
Play up front. Yeah. What a tosser.
There you go, mate.
Told him not to cocaine as well.
I think it's still happening, Joey. I do. I think it's still happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, Igor's been a manager for 15 years or whatever it is, right? Now, I don't know. You could maybe do it once and call it a bit of ignorance, right? But he's played however many different formations now, right? He's left players out that you would be expecting that would play, especially with the injury crisis that we've got. And listen, every time this happens, and now what you got to remember is we've been done 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, now 5-2. In Igor's first game, we conceded 1 in the first half. In his second game, we conceded 2. In his third game, we conceded 3. And in his fourth game, we've conceded 4 in the first
game. We'll concede 9.
If Liverpool don't score 5, they've not done their job.
There you go. And then you go. But Ellie, it surely, look, it can't go on though.
They deserve to be relegated, our owners.
I'm getting that way, Ellie, with it. I'll
tell you what, I said this on one of our streams and I stick to it. Enoch deserve this. We don't.
We don't. I know.
We don't.
Fans don't.
We've been loyal fans.
Well, I don't know. Some fans do, I think.
Well,
explain,
Joe. About us,
about us.
Explain.
And the chat.
Well, no, us. Some fans do deserve relegation because they've sat there for donkey's years, abusing the people who told them this was coming, worried about spreadsheets and how much the club are making and all, we're the ninth richest team in the world. They do deserve relegation because they've sat here and looked at it. They all used to say years ago, "Oh, we don't want to do a Leeds." Well, guess what? We are doing a Leeds, and we ain't spent the money.
There you go.
Bloody January comes and they buy Conor Gallagher. He's a good player, Conor Gallagher. Don't get me wrong, but he's not the profile of player we needed.
He wasn't what we needed.
No, we needed someone to play with Xavi who's strong, but he's a number 8 and he can pass him the ball, win the ball, just like what Walton does for Palace.
He was an opportunistic, typical Enoch opportunistic signing. He was available. He was reasonably priced. Let's go and get him. Not, do we need him? No, we don't need him. We need a right winger, for instance. There's none of that. And there hasn't been for many years. They buy players because it's an opportunistic signing or for their profile abroad.
Yeah, they don't fill the positions that we need, and they don't build a squad, and that's why we're in this predicament.
And buy a load of kids as well.
Yeah,
and buy kids and pray one of them turns into Gareth Bales and then flog him off for 10 times the money they paid for him.
I've said this for years. Gareth Bale was one of the worst things to happen to Tottenham Hotspur. Not because of how he played, but because of how it happened. Got him cheap, sold him for a world record fee. And after that, that's all Levy was looking for. The next huge fee for a kid that he bought cheap.
The next water in the wine project.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, that's what we're doing now. We're just buying talented kids, but nobody knows if they're going to make it. It's hopium. That's all it is with this club. Hopium. Instead of going out and buying the players that improve you immediately, no, we got to wait 3 or 4 years. And then if they come good, it's a bonus.
The thing is, they're chopping and changing the styles of play with the managers, right? So everything's up in the air anyway. So any player who's young, Archie Gray's had 4 managers. Right? How's he going to learn? He doesn't know whether he's got to defend, whether he's got to attack. The poor... I like Archie Gray, don't get me wrong, but he is not technically there yet, and he's not physically there yet. Yeah? Right? And he's not going to develop in this team. It's taking him backwards rather than putting him forward. The poor lad, you can see how distraught he is on the pitch. He can't cope with it. Physically, he's not ready.
Ruining that kid's career, we are.
Yeah.
Ruining him.
There you go. What can you say? Any score predictions? Just, early in the week for the weekend?
If we don't concede 9, I'll be shocked.
You can always change it later on when we find out.
I'm going to change my normal prediction of 5-0 Spurs to 5-0 Liverpool.
Okay, fair play. I don't think you'll be far off, Sheriff, to be fair. I don't think you'll be far off.
I reckon 6-1. 6-1 to Liverpool.
I reckon it would be... Yeah, go on, Ellie. You go.
6-1. 6-1, I'm saying.
6-1, that's what you're saying. Yeah. I'd say 4-1. 4-1 Liverpool.
Let's just keep it to single figures.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've asked you the questions, so I've got to ask them myself now. I think we get battered. Unfortunately, I think it'll be another weird team he picks, and you know what Liverpool like. If we concede early, they'll get a bit between their teeth, and we'll be in trouble.
I will say, I don't think Salah never did very well, did he? The other night, whenever they played, was it last night? I think Salah was off
Galatasaray. They played Galatasaray. They lost 1-0.
Yeah, Salah was off it a bit, so.
Sanchez looked good in that game, didn't he? Old Davinson.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
They're a mean team. They fight for every ball. Yeah, they're a proper team. And I wasn't surprised they beat Liverpool.
Right,
yeah, because their fans wouldn't suffer it, would they? Their fans wouldn't suffer them not putting effort in.
They've got a banner. What they say, "Welcome to hell." That's intimidating.
I was going to say it's an intimidating place to go, isn't it, Galatasaray?
Yeah.
Their fans. perhaps one day in the future, even when we're all not here no more, not excusing Andy, that is, because he's only a young lad down there. But perhaps we can get Andy to get on the case to convert the South Stand into the Spurs Ultras. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
I'll tell you what. I was at it was the Spurs Luton game basically when we won 2-1 in the end, and I remember the whole first half. It was basically just me and this sort of older gentleman who was sat next to me, just sort of singing. And then as soon as we scored 1-1 in the second half, everyone else started joining in. And then he turned to me and said, "They're a fickle lot, aren't they?" You? And it's unfortunately true. You know, we there's something at home. Our away support. I always hear our away support. It's bloody phenomenal. Even when we're playing utter crap football against Wolves, you can hear the away, Fulham and all these teams. You can hear the away support loud as anything. But as soon as it's at home, for some reason, just after the first 10 minutes, you just hear a pin drop for whatever reason it is. And I think
I'll tell you the reason. The real hardcore fans, when me, Cookie, Ellie, and probably Joey went from the 70s, have all been priced out about it. All priced out. 70s and 80s, the lane used to rock. I remember going there in the 80s and even the 90s, and that lane was bouncing.
Well, I'm in a fortunate position where I can afford a season ticket, you know, and I'm not bigging myself up here. You know, I live in London still. I'm not far from the ground. I can afford a season ticket, but you're right. It is not a patch on the 90s, not even close to the 80s. And my first game was 1976. But it's not football anymore. It isn't.
It's true.
It's a day out. It's a tourist attraction, that ground.
I know, Cookie, you were a shelf side boy, weren't you? Like,
I certainly was.
Shelf side. I was shelf side, right in the corner above the top lane. That was our territory. All my family, all in the shelf side. And then when later on in the 90s, we moved to the Park Lane because it was like, where the Park Lane?
Yeah, I remember that. I used to sit in the Park Lane.
You know, they were the good old days, man. And the fans were proper fans.
Yeah, proper fans. Or
proper fans.
If you weren't singing, people would like shout at you, "Come on."
Yeah.
Keep pointing to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
There was this guy called Tiny, but he was about 6'8", and he used to go, "Come on, you Spurs! Come on, you Lily Whites!" Like that. It was brilliant.
I'll tell you what, I've got to bring this up as well before we get on to whatever anyone wants to talk about. We'll crack on. Tom, absolutely wonderful stat there from Tom. Tottenham have had 28 managers since the Premier League began.
Oh my God.
And then to top that off, 14 of them under ENIC. There you go.
Does that include caretakers?
Tom, does that include caretakers?
14 before they arrived and 14 when they've arrived. Right up there, bloody hell.
We're talking about anything you want to talk about, Phil, and you're more than welcome to come on, mate. Just let us know, and Sheriff, stick the link in the chat again, mate.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome. There you go. Tom says, look, the hardcore are in the pubs watching it.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'll tell you what.
A lot of them have been priced out.
I know a few that go in the coach and they stay in there for the whole game. They don't even go in the ground. Won't go near it.
Go talk about the coach with Sheriff here. Jeez, God.
I'm still after my Amstel sponsorship. If you're listening, Amstel, come on. Lifetime supply and all that. That's my favourite pub. That's my favourite pub, Joey.
But Dominic in the chat's got a good point. It is a sterile atmosphere now because you can't say certain things. You can't sing certain songs. You know, it's okay. The world is very different. I totally understand that, but it's just too sterile. You know, you get told not to swear. You get told not to stand up. I mean, what is this?
Yeah, it's an absolute joke. I remember it's probably my favourite game I've ever been to. It was when I must have been, I was 13 years old. It was 2015. It was the North London derby at the Lane when Harry Kane scored that header and won it in like the 81st minute or whatever. Yeah. And I cannot remember an energy like that in the stadium, basically, at all. That game where the limbs in the crowd when we scored the equaliser, let alone the winner, and just the singing from start to finish. I think the closest we've ever gotten to that in the new stadium has been that the 3-0 win under Conte, and that is what I mean about Conte. He brought that kind of energy to the club, basically. He was in that Arsenal game. I remember when the Arsenal player got sent off, Conte was celebrating that red card like we've scored a goal. And then at Stamford Bridge as well, we scored a 1-1 and he's there shrieking in the Chelsea bench's face. That is the energy that we miss, isn't it?
And then when he goes to shake Tuchel's hand, and he's like, fuck off.
Having a little arm wrestle.
Kicking in the balls, doesn't he?
I love the love coming in the chat for the coach and horses as well.
The coach and horses is brilliant.
Been in there many times.
Fantastic atmosphere in there.
Amstel, £4 a pint. If you're listening, Amstel.
Yeah.
What do you like, Sharon? What do you like?
Shameless.
Yeah, listen, while we're on, I don't know if anyone's in a rush to go anywhere.
No.
I'm a bit fed. We've got to talk a bit positively, and I've come up with an idea. So, as the five of us are sitting here, and Joey hasn't been on before, and we can ask him, and obviously Andy's a bit younger, but we can still ask him. Give us a bit of positivity with a nostalgic moment that's happened in your Tottenham fandom, if you like, and it's the memory that sticks most with you about your beloved Spurs.
Okay.
There you go. That's being positive, isn't it?
Yeah. One that sticks in my memory, right? Everybody would think it's the 1981 FA Cup final, but no, right? It was when we got to the Champions League final and seeing Harry Kane run on the pitch, Potts dropped to his knees and like shaking the heads of other coaches. And then he goes over to Ten Hag and sort of consoles him and goes, like, it's the face on him, right? And then, what's his name? Lucas Moura dropping to the floor.
Yeah.
All the players dropping to the floor, like in disbelief, but in like elation as well. And I ran out in the street, right? I ran out in the street. And I was screaming, "Go on, you Spurs!" Yeah, I was screaming up and down, come back into my house, run up and down the stairs. And before Moura scored the goal, right? I said to myself, this is the God's honest truth. I said to myself, if I put 3 lots of bedding on my daughter's beds, because I'm very superstitious, we'll win, right? And as I was putting the third one on, I had my mobile phone on the side, so I was watching the match as I was putting it on, and my daughter runs on and into the room, and she goes, "Lucas Moura scored," and I said, "What are you on about? He hasn't scored. I'm watching the match." She goes, "Yes, he scored." So she spoilt it all for me because she's telling me we scored, and then about 20 seconds later, Lucas Moura gets the winner, and like. Who's in the commentary? It's our ex-player, isn't it? And he can't believe it. He's like, oh.
Jermaine Genius, wasn't it?
Jermaine Genius. He's going,
yeah, that's it.
Oh, they've scored. And the commentator's brilliant. The commentator's brilliant.
That's when Rio Ferdinand punched Glenn Hoddle in the chest.
Yeah, and then they show that. And all the emotions and watching all our fans at the end, celebrating with Potts and our players. It was like incredible.
This is a fantastic memory from Dominic as well, I think. Not so much about, inside the ground, if you like, but walking into the old White Hart Lane for the first time when he was 11. Back in 1972, night game, glory night. That was what a thrill, amazing feeling for a young kid to be going into somewhere like that, and the atmosphere as it was back in them days with a sort of 35, 40,000 stadium, even when it was standing, you know, you can't beat the old standing days.
No.
Do you know what I mean? The atmosphere in the ground, especially up that shelf, it was amazing. Absolutely. And it didn't matter if you was playing bottom of the league, a cup game, whoever, you know, it was just always a fabulous atmosphere. Just brilliant up there. And I miss it so much. I think the day they knocked that stadium down, they took the soul out of our club for us.
100%.
For sure.
Ain't been quite the same since, has it?
It does me in, man. I can't even explain how I feel about it, because
I know.
I'll probably smash up the whole room. Do you know what I mean? That's how wound up it. Mark, I'll say to Mark about, you know, like in life generally, there's always something that winds you up. I'll probably wind someone up. They're looking at my mush every day. Do you know what I mean? But you've got a bit of an elastic band, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? For all different things in your life, you've got an elastic band for your missus. She keeps pulling it. If you're a bloke, you're probably pulling it for her as well. You know what I mean? And my elastic band for Tottenham is getting very close to breaking point, because I fail to see, right, how these players can be this bad. And I mean this bad. You know, because again, if you stood them all in a line, yeah, the majority of them, you would go, yeah, good player. Yeah. And when it comes to being a team, they ain't got a clue, or they don't want to have a clue.
They're not a team. There's no teamwork, no cohesion.
And I just don't know how we change that in 7 games. And unfortunately, it is actually sunk in on me that I think we're going down.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find not necessarily positives, but digging at where we can find something, what we can do. I've drove Joey mad with Harry Redknapp, right? I was banging on about, well, then our senior players ain't doing it. Give Williams Barnett 20 minutes, give him 25 minutes, just bring him on, see what he can do. But then I think about it and I think, why would you want to bring a kid on, into that shit show? Why would you want to? Do you know what I mean? He might do something spectacular and do whatever.
Might not.
It might also bring him down as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And
that could set him back 2 or 3 years, mate.
20 minutes in that team can ruin a kid's career.
Yeah.
And
I just don't know where we go. I really don't know what to do now. It's such a shame. Such
How old
a shame.
is Luca Barnett? Is he 17?
17, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So Archie Gray was 18 when we blooded him. So he's only a year off. And then Odebear, I think he's 20 now, isn't he? But when we blooded him, he was 18 as well, or 19. And Tell's young as well. I think Tell's 21 now. And we got him 2 seasons ago, didn't we? Or was it last season we got him?
He was 19 when he came.
19, I think he's 20 now. So all these are young boys, right? But Steve Perryman got it right. He goes, you can't beat a player that's come through the academy, like, because he did as well, right? And they want to play for the club. They've got the heart to play for the club, right? So maybe if it goes pear-shaped after the Liverpool game as well, and we haven't got no chance of saving ourselves, we've got to start planning for the future. But the thing is, I don't trust these owners to do it.
No.
I don't trust these owners. We're going to be down there. What? They're not going to change their spots, because they'll do the same down there as they do in the Premiership. The only thing they'll probably do more is buy a few more players. But they still will do the same things. They'll still leave us short.
100%, Ali. Yeah. They're just...
Still says they won't, but I don't trust them.
You can never trust Enoch. You just cannot trust Enoch.
Still won't mind me asking, what's everyone's thoughts on Stellegation? He won't mind me asking, because he's pushing it.
I can't agree with that. If we go down, it's catastrophic. You know,
Yeah.
if this ownership can't manage in the Premier League, then what are they going to do in the Championship?
Still doesn't want us to go down. He's saying
He doesn't.
no, he doesn't want us to go down. He's got a stance on it. He's just saying that the owners, this is the only way they're going to act. But I don't trust them. I just don't trust them.
I just don't think they'll act. They just
I'm
won't.
with Ellie. I don't think they
No.
ain't going
Yeah.
anywhere if we get relegated. And I don't think if they're putting bums on seats, they won't care if we sit in the Championship. I don't think.
This comment's for you here, Matt.
I think they'll just buy poorer quality players. I mean, if we're buying Championship level players now, we'll be buying League Two level players in the Championship, won't we?
Do you want to tell everyone where you were?
They all know where I was. Right behind it.
Yes.
I was right behind it, Jim. Best goal I've ever seen in my life yet. The volley against Liverpool was wonderful, but when you take into the Cruyff turn, he'd already looked at what he was doing before he even done that. He'd looked and seen where Sherwood was, 6'6". He weren't getting nowhere near it, mate. Straight in the angle. See you later. Happy days. What a goal. Best goal live I've ever seen, Jim. And it was brilliant, mate.
I agree with
Absolutely
you.
brilliant.
Hoddle's goal against Watford.
Oh,
Sublime. The volleys, right? They're brilliant, right? But what he did there, he's got his back to the goal.
yeah.
He's flicked it with one foot and then done it, turned on a sixpence and put it right over that 6'6" goalie, right top bins. That is sublime.
It was
Brilliant
sublime.
goal.
It was sublime.
What a goal.
There you go. There you go. Any more nostalgia from anyone that they'd like to talk
I
about?
got one.
Go on, then.
one.
Oh, good.
It's got nothing to do with White Hart Lane.
Go on.
Okay.
When we won 2-1 at Anfield, Sheringham and Klinsmann, in the fifth round or sixth round of the FA Cup, I was there, but I was sat with the Liverpool fans. And I would have given my left arm to be with, because Tottenham had the whole of the away end, because it was an FA Cup game. And they got to give them like 25% of the crowd or something. FA Cup's different. The Tottenham fans were that loud at the end of the game. I would have given my left arm to be in amongst them, but I wasn't.
You're lucky the Scousers didn't nick your left arm.
Well, yeah. But to be honest, after the game, because say, if you look at the cop from the pitch, I was to the right side of it, right by the cop, and when that's the end that Klinsmann scored the winner, and he came running over. And people jumped on him and he fell over right in front of me. I was up. I was like, yes, get in. And all the Liverpool fans obviously knew then I was a Tottenham fan, and they were all applauding. When Tottenham won at the end of the game, they were applauding us, applauding Tottenham and all that. That's the sort of people. The Scouse fans are very good, to be honest.
Yeah, they appreciate their football.
But it was absolute. I'd have given my left arm to be in that away end, because the Tottenham fans were so loud. The whole stand, Spurs are on the way to Wembley, all that, and it was unbelievable. I even tried to sneak my way through the stand to go up that end, but couldn't get nowhere near it.
Do you know what though? My brothers often went into the away end because they couldn't get tickets. For the home end, so they'd buy tickets for the away end. And one year, I think I was about 14. It was actually when we were in the second division, and we were playing Charlton, right? And we were in the away end, and we just said to the stewards, "Look, we're Spurs fans," and they transported us to the home end, because it's dangerous as well, because you can get beat up.
Yeah, it was back then.
I come out of Lime Street and got run over by an horse when I was 16.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I think that's trampled on, not run over by.
Well, whatever. I felt like I was run over, Joe. Go on, Joe.
I've got loads, but to pick a few. I mean, the Ajax comeback, just because of what it meant, the whole nature of it. But as I said earlier, 76 was my first game my dad took me to. It was Bristol City We lost 1-0. I should have run away then. But I couldn't tell you who played. I couldn't tell you anything except I walked in to this football stadium and I'd never seen anything like it in my life. You know, I was 6 years old. It was like, my God, this is like amazing. And the noise. And I mean, growing up with Tottenham and I mean, I left home young and, you know, and I went to games on my own and stuff like that. Blokes that I don't even know throwing me about as a younger child when we scored a goal, you know, literally just men tossing me everywhere, excuse the expression. But it was like things like that were nuts. I remember the 82 Cup final QPR, and I was stood in front of some guys who had a big banner, and it's actually quite famous. Hoddle's hotter than Curry.
Yes.
Because Curry was QPR's main man and Hoddle. And I just remember seeing this big like bedsheet thing with this sign and 2 like broom handles and things like that have always stuck in my head because I was always in awe of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 82, I was 12 years old and seeing things like this, you just didn't realise it existed, you know, and I kind of miss all of that about football now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. There was one 1981, because you were talking about banners. There was one that said it was the year of the cockerel, and there was one banner that said, "Watch out, girls! It's the year of the cock."
Yeah. All right. Well, hold on to your knickers. It's the year of the cock or something like that. Yeah.
Oh my God! And there was one that said Spurs have got more power than City. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God! We had to queue up for those tickets overnight at White Hart Lane to get them.
Yeah, you used to have to go in person. I mean, that's where I feel sorry for fans now, younger fans now. There's nothing to draw younger fans to supporting Tottenham. But if you think, I mean, when I was a kid, it was like Tottenham. We've never lost an FA Cup final. You know, if Spurs get to the final, that's it. Your favourites to win. You know, the Ricky Villa final, stuff like that. Kids aren't getting that now, and you just got to wonder in 20 years' time, the way things are going, it will just be so-called legacy fans left, won't it? It will be us doddering around in our 70s trying to get to the odd game when arthritis ain't knocking us over. You know, there won't be kids there because they'll be all at Chelsea, Arsenal, or whoever else the next big flavour of the month is.
There's a Gooner. I have a lot of banter with him. I won't say his name. But I have a lot of banter with him. I said Spurs are more successful as a cup team than Arsenal are because you've got 31 finals and only won 17. We've got, I can't remember how many we got to, but we've got a higher percentage of winning, 63% to their 53%. So we're more successful when we get to finals. Right, and I was trying to take the mickey out of him, but obviously Arsenal are a great club. They are, but I just don't want to tell him that. I'll give him banter every day.
Between the 60s and the 2000s, we had Spurs great cup side, and we don't even have that now.
No,
there's nothing left. There's nothing left.
No, and I've got to say, if old Bill Nick was about now, he'd be turning in his grave, rest his soul.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know it's a long time ago, you know what I mean, but
I know.
Honestly.
If you could bring one person back from the dead for Spurs, I'd bring Bill Nicholson. Bloody, he was fantastic.
He won't put up with none of this.
No, Yorkshireman. We've had some magic Yorkshireman managers, haven't we?
Keith Birkinshaw,
General.
Brilliant. He made us play beautiful football, Keith Birkinshaw as well. I mean, I was young in the 60s. I was born in 62. So by the end of the 60s, I was only 8. Right. So it was maybe early 70s. I knew a little bit more about football.
Yeah.
Right. And then when we went into the 80s with Birkinshaw, I used to love watching us play. We were fantastic football inside. Everybody admired us. Yeah. Everybody. Liverpool fans would come up to us and say, love the way you play. Yeah. If you get that from Liverpool fans, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And that's what boils my piss a bit when the younger fans go, "Oh, our greatest manager after Bill Nick is Pochettino." I just think, why are you missing Birkinshaw out of this list?
Yeah.
How are you missing
And Terry Venables was brilliant.
Yeah, Terry Venables.
He had a lesser team than Keith Birkinshaw, but he still got us to the cup final and won it.
I'd even put Martin Yole. I'd even put Martin Yole and Harry Redknapp in there.
Yeah.
Great
Martin
managers.
Made us play beautiful football.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Martin Yole's younger than Harry Redknapp, isn't he?
Get him in.
I'm just thinking. I think
he's been even longer than Harry without managing, I think, hasn't he? It's been a long time, hasn't he? Without managing, Martin.
I think he'd probably end up chinning someone.
I don't think you're wrong, Joey, either. I don't think you're wrong. Yeah, just to answer you, Sonny, Terry Neal, the gooner, took us down. And then, no, he didn't take us down, did he?
Birkinshaw took us down.
No, Birkinshaw, but it was done before Birkinshaw got the job.
Yeah, it was the season before, wasn't it? Terry Neal, when they sacked him.
Yeah.
And then, he just had to get on with it, Birkinshaw, back in them days, unfortunately.
Like the Tudor situation.
Yeah.
Damage was done.
We've got another
players like Stevie Perriman, Glenn Oddle in the team.
Here you go, mate.
And...
Clive Allen. What a season that was.
There you go.
QPR, my husband's team. He couldn't play in he didn't play in the first game. I think he didn't play. I think he played in the second game, if I'm right. The 1982 final. He couldn't play. He was injured, wasn't he, in the first game? And Terry Pennick, he scored the equaliser, and we bought him, didn't we, later on?
Yeah,
he played for us.
There you go. So,
yeah.
Interesting. And you all know mine anyway. Mine's the I got two, really. I got three, really, but two. The UEFA Cup final, 84, up in the shelf when Tony Parks made that save. I've never seen celebration like it. It was just unbelievable. And the noise and just the euphoria, you'll just never forget it because it was on your own ground with your own fans. It was mad. I've never seen or witnessed anything like that.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched that game. I used to have it on VHS donkeys years ago. And whenever I'd had a shit day, that went on.
There you go.
Do you remember when they were singing, "Oh, Stevie, Stevie Perry"? But
he didn't even play, did he? He was suspended, wasn't he, or injured?
I think he was injured. Maybe he was suspended. One of the two. But honestly, I'll get you, Cookie. Tell us your second one.
Ricky Villa. Ricky Villa's goal, and I was there.
Say that was better than the Giggs goal.
Yeah, I was there for that. Well, I was there for all the cup finals, 81 and the replay, 82 and the replay. Lucky kid, to be honest, like I've said before.
84, you were still on the shelf, mate.
Again.
Yeah.
Where he picked the ball up, I was dead level. I was about 6 rows back. I was dead level with him, and everyone's craning their head as he's going in. You know what I mean? We're all craning our head, and you can hear the crowd going up. And again, the celebration when he scored that goal. My God, it was just madness. Absolute.
It was like mayhem in there, wasn't it?
To do what he did in that game after the first game, when he was so poor.
Substituted as well.
He was crying walking around the pitch.
Yeah, and then he came out and did that.
Do you know?
He's got some testicular fortitude.
I'll tell you a true story about that game. My dad went to the first game. I was too young. He wasn't taking me. I was only been like 10. He wasn't taking me to Wembley. And when he come home, and he said to me, the man who got substituted, this before the replay even happened, because replay was a Thursday night. Must have been like Monday or Tuesday.
It was a Thursday. It was a Thursday.
He said to me, the man that got substituted will win us the game.
There you go.
And he did.
That's the wise man.
Yeah. And when Ricky done that goal, we were sat at home watching the game, I was like 10-year-old. My dad picked me up and I walloped my head on the ceiling.
You know what? Steve Perryman, the great Steve Perryman, I've got to put great in front of his name, right? He said that Ricky Villa used to have a ranch when he was younger, and there was lots of trees, and he used to weave in and out of the trees, right? With a football, yeah? And he goes, when he scored that goal, Ricky said to him, all I was doing is weaving in and out of the trees. Steve Perryman made me laugh my head off. I goes, is that true, Steve? And he goes, yeah, it's true.
Question here for you, mate.
Like that, isn't it? It's brilliant stories like that.
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
Years ago.
There's a question here for you, mate.
Okay, yeah, I can answer that. Danny, 81 cup final. I was 13, coming up 14. 82, obviously 14, coming up 15. And the 84, 16, coming up 17.
So you'd had 4 pints before you went on the shelf then?
Of
back
course.
in them days.
Of course. Before I went on the shelf for the 84, I was on it like a carbonic, mate, back in them days.
66, Cookie?
68.
68, right, yeah.
July 68 I was, or am, I should say. Better not say was. Geez, I'm still here, just about.
Can you remember all the fans just saying, shoot, Ricky, shoot, shoot?
Yeah, yes. You get mad memories from it, don't you? I think there's just certain things that you'll always remember, Ellie, in your football life. And I was just one of them kids that was lucky that my dad was able to get tickets for me to go. And you just, as you get older, I suppose, you don't treasure it as much when you're there at the time. No. But when life moves on and you get a bit older and you look back and you think about, the good times that you've had at Spurs, and then you see the absolute shit show that these wankers are putting us through now, right? I just think it's disgusting. And I just think they're taking our club away. And I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, it is quite a sobering thought. We're all of a similar sort of age.
Yeah.
We've all been born, we've all lived a life, and we're all going to die, and we could never, ever see Spurs win the league.
I know.
Yeah. There you go.
God, dear.
No.
Yeah, Danny, 68. Yeah.
And we don't
see, in those days, Spurs used to win things, and as a kid, I used to cry my eyes out. I've never cried at Spurs losing. I've cried at Spurs winning. Yeah. And there's a whole generation of fans out there who've never, ever got to feel that. I suppose last season, some of them with the Europa League and whatnot, but I just think, winning a domestic cup, it's so different.
It is these days because the FA Cup's got no meaning anymore.
Yeah.
When we won it in the early 80s, it was on the TV all day.
Do you remember when games used to have like 2 or 3 replays because they kept drawing?
Yeah.
It was like replay till there's a winner. And now they moan about playing 2 games a week.
They used to follow the teams, didn't they? Like they'd go to their hotels and interview all the players and the managers, and then they'd have all the fans outside the hotel seeing the coach go to Wembley. Then they used to film the coach going to Wembley, arriving with their suits, their whistle and flutes. Yeah,
Cup final day was a day, wasn't it?
It was an all-day thing on the TV.
It started with like Saint and Greavesy at like about 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning at Wembley.
It was 9 o'clock.
And you watched it. Didn't matter who was in the cup final. You watched it. It could be Manchester United against Newcastle. No one cared. You just watched it because it was entertaining. They'd do a question of sports special and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't tell you last time I sat down and watched a cup final.
I know.
No, I don't.
It's not the same look.
No, it isn't anymore because for a start, it's 5 o'clock on a Saturday, or it was.
Yeah. That's to do with money, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's always to do with money, Ellie.
To do with money.
Whatever suits, isn't it?
Here we go.
It's whatever suits.
Even Danny Blanchflower, the great Danny Blanchflower, he got, I don't know if you guys have seen his interview where he's saying the rich men in football are ruining football even then.
Mm-hmm.
He warned about it because he'd done journalism as well. He used to write an article, right? And he was a very learned man, Danny Blanchflower. And he said, these people, they don't know about football, right? And now we're seeing it now, but it's like mega now. They're mega, mega rich people. that are coming into the game.
Those older players couldn't even fathom the amount of money that the players are being paid now, and clubs are earning now. God Almighty.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little story. Yeah, and it's a true story, by the way. When I was still working, as you know, I live up north now, and I was delivering, working for DHL. Anyway, I had my own regular round, and I was delivering up. I'll just say Burnley way. I won't give the exact thing away. I don't want people going around his house. Jesus. Anyway, I've gone to the house where normally when I deliver the parcel there, it's probably 3 times a week. His missus opens the door, right? So anyway, one day I knock on the door. This fella comes to the door. Anyway, I knew who it was going to be because I know by the names. So anyway, Mike Phelan, the old Man United player and manager, comes to the door, right? I go, all right, Mike, how you doing? Anyway, he goes, you're not from round here, are you? I goes, no, I'm from down south, da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, we get on to Pochettino, right, at the time. Now, this is about, I'd say, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Anyway, so we get on to Pochettino. He went, my God, he went, if only we could have him at our place. This is Mike Phelan, right? If only we could have him, we would be wonderful again. So he said, but I'll tell you what, he said, if he ever went back to Spurs one day, he'd sort your lot out if he was given the chance.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said to me. Whether you think that would happen or not, it's a different story. But just from another coach's aspect of where we are now and what we're talking about, and managers coming in and going and whatever else, he seems to think that Maurizio knows exactly what he's doing.
All I got to say, mate, is he knows his stuff, mate. He knows his stuff. He backs my man.
Put it this way: when we finished second to Chelsea, we only conceded 26 goals.
Yeah, you corrected me. I think Ellie earlier on. I thought it was 24 or something. It was 26
We
goals.
were the highest. I think we were the joint highest scorers that year. We should have won it then. We should have won it when we played Leicester. It's like sometimes you think, are people against Spurs? Sometimes I get that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking they're losing to Leicester 1-0 every bloody week.
They wanted Leicester to win the title when they won the title.
Yeah, because it was the ultimate underdog.
They got every decision going. And when we were there or thereabouts, they didn't want us going anywhere near it.
No.
It was the ultimate underdog story.
And I think a lot of it is down to Levy. And I might, people say I'm conspiracy theorist or whatever, and I'm actually not. I just don't think Levy was very popular with many people.
Well, he fell out with most
other chairmen, those in power at the Premier League. And I just don't think he was very popular.
No.
And I think that's always gone against us.
And you got to remember as well, Leicester were the ultimate underdogs, 2,500 to 1 to win it or whatever they were at the start of the season.
Save the bookies a fortune.
Yeah,
I didn't. Even I didn't tip them to win it.
No, it was 2,500 to 1. I'm sure they were.
Massive
not
price.
very popular with anyone, I don't think. Steve Perriman doesn't like him. That's one thing for sure.
What about? Go on, Ellie. Sorry.
No, he just blanked him every game.
Yeah, I know you said earlier on. Yeah,
it's not good.
It's not good, is it? Jimmy's put up the 86-87 team, the Pleat team. Absolute ballers, he says, all of them. Oddle, Waddle, Allen times 2, Clements, Houghton, Goff, Galvin, Mabbott, etc., etc.
Brilliant team.
There you go. What can you say? And we are where we are now with what we've got now, and somehow we're going to have to get through until we get some players back. Whether that makes any difference or not, I have no idea.
We'll see, won't we?
Probably not, mate, because they'll still be on crutches or in a wheelchair.
There you go. I've got one starred question here that I saved till the end. Hang on, I'll get it up. Here we go. From Brownie. There you go. I thought I'd save that one to see what anyone thinks about that, because I don't know a lot about her. I know she tried to do the Newcastle thing, but apart from that, I don't know where she gets her money from, investors and all that, whatever it is.
Her husband, isn't it?
Or us, whoever it is up, Mark, I ain't got a Scooby. But does anyone think that this could happen at some stage, or with Mr. Levy maybe coming back into the fold? I don't know.
I think the Staveley consortium is the only chance of anyone buying ENIC out. If it's led by Levy, I'd rather eat cat shit.
And the thing is as well, ENIC have got to be willing to sell, or she pays over the double the price they want to get them out. You know what I mean? Because I've always said this, even though I'm 1,000,000% behind all the ENIC out stuff, now they've got everything built, the infrastructure's there. You know, the stadium's a cash machine as far as I'm concerned. It's a license to print money. Why are they going to sell it when they're raking in millions? Why? No, I don't understand. Why are they going to? The time to get ENIC out was before they built it.
Mark, over the 25 years, it would have been cheaper for them to invest in the team, right? Get it to a standard, yeah, whatever that standard is, right? Buy a a squad of players at reasonable money, that you've got scouts that have got eyes that can go and find reasonable, good players that even if they're not there yet, and they can improve and they can get integrated into teams of men. Do you know what I mean? We can't even go and do anything like that. You know, we're looking at bits of like Joey says, spreadsheets and bits of. Let's see what the data driven is. Don't matter what no one's going to look to him, but as far as his stats are concerned, he's a baller, so we'll buy him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think sometimes just go back to the good old days, have a proper scout with a proper pair of eyes who's got people around the world that know what they're looking at.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I completely agree with you, but I cannot see any reason why ENIC would sell now, unless someone comes in and gives them stupid number, 5 bill or 6 bill, or
They're rich men. They're rich men and women.
Yeah, why would they sell it? Why would they sell when
the only thing I can think of is that they've got another business lined up that they can make just as much money, but without the aggro. Because when you think about it, they've had a lot of bad publicity through our fans. Not as much as we should have done, obviously, but they still could get. Like Ray made a good point. He said, if you embarrass them in front of their sponsors, it's the best thing you can do.
Yeah,
embarrass them while they're.
I think the tide is turning. The tide is turning a bit with sponsors pulling out and things like that. I think they're starting to think a little bit, or hopefully they're thinking a little bit. But I mean, they learned really easy, whether it was ENIC, whether it was Levy, they learned very quickly that it was easy to make money out of a loyal fan base, because you don't have to give them any success and they will come back time after time after time. And that's exactly what they did.
The thing is, why would ENIC sell when they got a cash machine stadium? Just raking money in.
Well, I think if someone just put the $4.5 billion that they want on the table, I think they'd sell it. But I think there's a lot of toing and froing about Levy shares and whether they want to buy Levy shares on the cheap. I can't profess to know as much as some YouTubers about the ins and outs of the financials, but I think if someone offered them what they want, I think they'd take it now.
Yeah, because it's a peaceful life for them, and they're billionaires, and they can always make money because these people are clever and they've got the best people surrounding them, giving them solid advice on where to put their money, where to invest. So some of them would want a peaceful life, and get out of this.
Yeah, but I just don't see why ENIC are going to sell. Basically, because we all know that stadium's a cash machine. It's a license.
Yeah, but they still own the stadium. Even if they sold Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, they still own the state. It's a separate thing, isn't it? The stadium. So they could sell Tottenham to me, for instance. Not that I've got that much money, but they could sell it to me, and then I'd have to rent the stadium off them every time I've got a home game.
Yeah,
Well,
and they can still put whatever concerts and whatnot on that they want to put on. It's a big old mess.
Yeah,
very big mess.
Because I've always been
terrible.
I've sort of seen this from like Sean Butler and people like that. He understands the finances more than me. There's about 7 or 8 different companies, isn't it? You know, like the stadium's one bit, the football's one bit, there's someone else, and there's someone else, and all these.
Yeah.
And so
they're all registered in the Bahamas or somewhere.
And so if someone was coming and buy all of this, they'd have to buy every little separate entity.
The thing is, they're so rich, Mark. They've got Tavistock. Tavistock is the main company that they own, right? And that makes them a pretty penny in America. They've got real estate everywhere. If you watch Mari, who's on Tottenham Away, he knows all the ins and outs of what real estate they own. So they'd be rich anyway.
Yeah.
If they don't want the headache of the football, they could easily sell that, and they've got that off their back. See, and these people, they don't like to be embarrassed, right? They like to have their sponsors. They like making money. They just don't. They don't care if they sell it. They won't even bat an eyelid because they've got billions of pounds, and they know how to make money. And wherever they are, they'll make money.
The thing is, if we do go down, they reckon that the loss is going to be quite substantial. But at the same time, does it matter to them if we stay down? Or if we're in the Premier League, as far as number one, revenue is concerned, and number two...
Go on. Well, to be honest, they'll just double the Beyonce concerts, as so. They'll soon make that up.
All I was going to say was, at number two, though, they're not going to fill the ground, home games. They've got no chance.
They've even had Lady Gaga, who's the biggest selling artist in the world. She's got, I don't know how many millions and millions of people follow her, but I think she's got the most. And they've even attracted her to come there. See, these are very smart business people that can make money regardless of the football. That's why I'm thinking about, Mark, what you said. It's resonated with me, you know, and I'm very frightened that they're going to do that.
Yeah, me too.
I think there was a BBC study done a few years ago that said teams the size of Tottenham, Liverpool, United, all those sort of like Big 10 teams in the Premier League actually can survive without any fans in the stadium at all. They still make enough money Premier League wise from sponsorship and payments for Premier League and from Sky and stuff, that the money actually from home fan ticket sales is negligible.
Yeah.
So does it matter if they've only got 30,000 in that stadium for a season? I don't think they can sustain 2 seasons down there.
How far does it set us back, though, Joey?
10 years.
And Ellie? I mean, if we don't come straight back up, what happens? Again, you know, is that another loss that they're prepared to take for another season? How many losses will they take before someone says, hang on a minute, you know, we've got to do something here? I don't know.
I'm going to be going to a lot of QPR Spurs games because my husband supports QPR.
Yeah.
So,
to be honest, mate, none of us are financial people and we don't really understand it. You know, so who knows?
Yeah.
I just don't think relegation is the answer. As much as I'm resigned now, I sit here now, I'm pretty confident we're going down. That doesn't mean I want us to go down, because I just think it has a total detrimental effect on everything to do with the club, the fans, the players, the staff. I just think it has a massive detrimental effect on the club. Full stop.
I can just imagine the fans' faces, like the fans' faces they flashed on when we lost to, you know what? We've had so many losses. Our bloody Crystal Palace. Yeah. It was like they were stunned. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a stunned look. Well, why are you stunned? You've been seeing this all season and all last season, and you've done nothing about it. Come and stand with us on the protest and make your voices heard. You know, when they plan to do the walkout at Man City and we score in the 71st or 72nd minute and no one walks out.
Yeah, but
You know?
that was a silly idea from day one. But
It really is. But, you know, it didn't get off the ground anyway. But the half the ground left, half the stadium fans left for that Crystal Palace game. And it was like a morgue in there. I stayed to the end. I'll never, ever leave. I'll always clap the team at the end, even though I think they played crap. I will still clap them because I'm a Spurs fan. It's in me. I don't want to boo my team. I'm not one of those booing people, you know. But if you want to boo, I'm not going to criticise you if you want to boo, but I won't do it personally.
That's fair enough.
That's fair enough.
I'll boo Enoch. I'll boo them till the bloody cows come home.
Well, they're going to get it from me against Forest, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
They're going to get it from me. It's going to be old style, shelf style that day, I'll tell you.
You know
Can
that
you imagine?
interview you did with TJ Cookie? That's
Yeah.
doing very, very well.
Is it?
Yeah. It's got a lot of hits on it.
Yeah, he did say to me after a
Got
couple
over
of days.
2,500 on
Yeah, he said
TikTok.
yeah, there you go. As well. Just keep interviewing. I'm down against
Yeah.
Forest, TJ. Joey will be there. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of people. Unfortunately, Sheriff can't make it. He's busy that day, Mother's Day, isn't it, Sheriff, or whatever?
No, it's Mrs. birthday.
Oh, the Mrs. birthday. So, but, you know, there'll be a few of us down there. We can all meet up, have a beer, have a chat, and then get in that ground and give Enoch hell at the end of the day, and before, by the way, as well. Even if you don't think it's
I want to go because there's bound to be a protest for the Everton game, last game of the season. That's the game I want to go to.
Yeah, that'll be the big one. I think that'll be the big
one. Our last game in the Premier League, you mean?
Yes,
that one.
Yeah.
Well,
our farewell game.
I just want to go.
I think it's Everton have never been relegated, have they? Is it Arsenal and Everton have never been relegated?
Arsenal and Everton, yeah.
I just want to go because I might not see another Premier League game. We'll be playing Yeovil soon.
It's a distinct possibility, unfortunately, Sheriff.
That's what I mean.
You know, it is what it is.
They get me half and half scarf.
It's definitely Lincoln City because I think they've been promoted, haven't they?
Oh, Sinsel Bank, here we come. There we go.
In the Championship, do we have to pay in that FA Trophy Vase thing? Because we might win that.
You never. I'll tell you what will happen next year, Joe. We might be in the second round of the Carling Cup.
Yeah, we have to play one extra game. It's sad times, man.
Those bean counters at Tottenham are already counting the money for that.
Oh, yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. Chaps, we're going to wrap up. Anything that you would like to say before we leave? You have your opportunity.
I'd like to say to all the Northern fans who are going to experience Tottenham Hotspur, be kind to us.
There you go. There you go.
And I'd just like to say thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime,
no
Joe.
worries.
You're more than welcome, mate. You're more than welcome. Mark, anything from you, mate?
It's done.
Just grow a set and please don't get us relegated.
Yeah.
Grow a set and do something.
As I say, Mark, put your nuts on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. Fair play. I've got nothing to say because in about 11 hours, 15 minutes, I will be doing the breakfast brunch. And as you all know, I have plenty to say on there because you all take the piss out of me because I can't keep up with the chat. And by the way, Bart, and I've seen you in there giving it the large as well. Don't think I don't bring your comment up. I ain't seen it. All right.
I've got to go and study form before I go to bed, and I'm up at 4.
There you go. And I was just going to say, you all need to tune in the morning for the Joey Barton tip of the day. Today, let me tell you all, 11-1 winner. He told everyone.
Brilliant.
The cookie was on. The cookie was on for a tenner each way. Cheers, Joe. I'll sort you out when I see you at the Forest game.
Pleasure.
Listen, big up to everyone. Thanks, everyone. Anthony, Andy, everyone that's been on this evening. Thank you all. Thanks, everyone in the chat. Big up to you for being here. Tomorrow morning, breakfast brunch, 9:30 as usual. Get your backsides in and listen, you lot.
There you go, mate.
I get a call. Yeah, Jim. And
I've got to say,
I love Jimmy
the
Hotspur.
single funniest day was when Frank got sacked, and literally everyone in the chat was going, "He's been sacked. He's been sacked." You were doing your nut about him, and everyone's going, "He's been sacked." And like 40 minutes later, you'd finally caught up, and oh, he's been sacked.
It's being experienced. The problem is, Joe, right? You know, it don't matter if there's like 40 people, 50 people, 60 people, and you can sort of cope with that. But then just lately, we've been getting hundreds and 120s watching the streams.
Yeah.
And people are putting, and I like to bring not everyone's comment up, but I try to get everyone's name in, especially the members. You know what I mean? And you try to say hello to everyone. But as you well know, Joe, you know, someone might put a comment and I feel the need that I've got to answer it. And 20 minutes later, I get to the end of what I'm saying. It's just how it is. It's how the show is.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
There you go, mate.
You do a good job, Cookie.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I enjoy that show.
A lot of podcasters and YouTubers, they don't read the chat out. They just talk amongst themselves. So I think this show's the best because you actually engage with the chat.
Of course, yeah. It's got to be done, Ellie. It's got to be done. There's no point. You've got to engage with the chat. At the end of the day, you know, it's you people that make our show for us. That's how we want it to be. You know,
when I'm watching other people's shows and I see all the chat, and the chat is brilliant, right?
Yeah.
And it just gets unnoticed, and it's not fair. That's a message to you out there who don't read anybody's comments. Go with the cookie, the Cookmeister.
Get in there. Anyway, Phil says, go back up one, whatever it was, Mark. Phil says, where was my tip? That's what all I can say to you is, Phil, you've missed today's big 11 to 1 shot, mate. But there is time for Joey on the breakfast brunch tomorrow. And I've no doubt after hours and hours of searching for tomorrow's winner, yeah, and he is a member, by the way, yeah. I did see it, Joe. I saw it in the chat, mate. Right. And Joey will be in the morning with another Cheltenham tip. Now, let me say to everyone, by the way, do not gamble any more than you can afford to. Let me just say that. Joey's just doing it for a bit of fun, and it's all good from
you just remember, boss. You got to pass it over to me so I can sneak a cheeky $5 each way or something.
Of course, I'll text you after the show, Sheriff. Don't worry.
Oh, the pressure I'm under now.
I'm put Joey under pressure. I'm sorry, Joe, but it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day, as long as everyone knows that. That's all it is. Listen, thanks to everyone again for being here. Breakfast brunch tomorrow, 9:30. Get over, talk to me about the weekend and last weekend if you want, or any other news that you've got. Get in the chat, speak to me. On the way out, you lot as well. I haven't asked once tonight. Likes, hit the like button on the way out. Get us up to 60, 65. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Much love to you all. And I'll see you in the morning. Guests, see you all soon. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Lads down the lane with the fuel coils